Usitan, I'm the one, number one, superhero, Superman. You're my lady, you're the one. Kujaivo, Usitan,
Gankwela.
Una take you superhero on a mission, yeah. Black and black, looking like a billionaire. Gamli nayo mingi ngine free na pair. Sina out up of that you see compare. Check you superhero on a mission, yeah. Black and black, looking like a billionaire. Gamli nayo mingi ngine free na pair. Sina out up of that you see. Go and do the back a DJ. Juya kuongeza tire. Competition na icheki kwa kioo. Wako yake pia ni black on. Michael Jackson, bank account on, spend my cash on, and her ass on. Competition and I take it kwa kioo. Wako yake pia ni black on, na ni black on.
Naomba kutoa picha sifiti. Bwana sifi. Maisha lazima kasonge. Maisha lazima kasonge. Yo, maisha lazima iende. Maisha lazima iendele. But jana ulitoma. Ati? Maze jana ulitoma. Yo, maze jana ulitoma. Maze jana ulitoma. Yo, potato. Potato. Ni picha ulichoma, si vako kutusumbo siku nzima na itikabako. Adi, kacha demu wako. What? For real? Yes, for real. Kwani unadhani hii ni jokes nani? Ulipanda meza, ukapiga waiter, ikaleta zogo hadi pale kwa center. Maisha lazima kasonge. Maisha lazima kasonge. Yo, maisha lazima iende. Maisha lazima iendele. But maze jana ulichoma. Maze jana ulichoma. Yo, maze jana ulichoma. Maze jana ulichoma. Yo,
Mi sikati tena. Nacheza chini hadi ile siku tasema. Na shewa nilichoma hata siwezi remember. Na wapi simu yangu? Mi nadai kucall Brenda.
simu yako,
Simu yangu.
boss simu litupa nje gari kisonga. Maze zako jana ziligonga, itabidi umereplace line kama tumesonga. Maisha lazima kasonge. Maisha lazima kasonge. Yo, maisha lazima iende. Cheese. Maisha lazima iendele. Maze jana ulichoma. Maze jana ulichoma. Yo, maze jana ulichoma. Maze jana ulichoma, bro. Cheese. Choma picha.
Non-stop music.
Oh my God!
Yo son, you're listening to www.roadradio.live.
Yo,
You can be prosecuted for that!
Mad Kong. Minute here, bro. Starter. Say. Ring hii nimekoka kopa. Aibaka chuka jisab alba. Dodoroka na chachisha ka alma. Nina chase ndeke sijincha gwegani. Kuna chonka bash na gurubani. Kuna ubani kwa church na tumegani. Kuna jaba kwa base na pamsandi.
Yeah. Jiji ni shamba la madawa, sijiko na ninauo. Tungu yangu pigina toshana na zandauo. Misiko kwa Biblia, sosi nite Paulo. Akakanganya kana auto na pia manyo lirizo ririz. Na salon kuna peace. Bei imepanda skuzi surusha majis. Tuko maakasho wengine wakipanda dris. Good day to the world, everybody kula kiss. After age on the beer, lafu si mapendangi masomo lakini anadai D. Nisha order chicken na bado anadai beef. Nikidonzo kimatangi everybody joatis. Mini dingo na bado na watoka kipoli. Si baraka na bado nina sakwa na mikosi. Kajaba na shikisha Monday to Jumamosi. Kashada kwa tindo mali jo nikosi.
Ring hii nimekoka kopa. Aibaka chuka juisa adna. Lodoroka na chachisha ka alma. Nina chase ndeke sijincha gwegani. Kuna chom kwa bash na gurubani. Kuna ubani kwa church nitumie gani. Kuna jaba kwa base na pamsandi.
shazoe ya nyama na kauna ngori manze mistambu wangila wama niko na manzi mcute na manze ni mgiri mayoni peanga kitu atakajeja sima squeeze me motherfucker tunakula wa mama na squeeze na sianga atistare Johnny garama na venye nina godo tadhani mikanza mana venye nina sako utadhani mio sama zangu zimeshika buda zangu zimenyanya kusafisha rada na dungi yanga digaga na vile nina sago utadhani mini mganga na vile na katika utadhani ni ohangla
Supaketi chini nikupema mistari venye unakinda utadhani ni suruari alafu baadaye utateka nikumari alafu magiza nijo chuma ilale ndani Rin hii nimekopka kopa Aibaka jika juisab adna Dodoroka na chachisha ka alma Nina chase ndege sijui nchagwe gani Kuna chom kwa bash na gurubani Kuna ubani kwa church nitumie gani Kuna jaba kwa base na pamsani
Shamada man Shamada man
Sense. Niko na swali nini tafanya kwa life ndo kikam siku moja ngatenge vibadli nini tafanya kwa life ndo nishike hizi brown kama Esther Pasari niko na kitu kwa kichwa na inanipeleka tu kama farasi kama mainiga mepita na mali sitaki sidil na mabaki vile bichwako na dishi mainiga ni kama ntahitaji nafi squad iko lit kuna venye leo si tunafeel kama nguvu za radi hakuna shitu ni sinya vimeja kakujikistashi kilandi buda hii life kuna venye lazima to make it na sita fadhali bicha meweza jo hadi ya kinyamba inakatu kunuka marashi je utanipa mastori na pigo kumini na westu wakati mbochu kodheka so kuosha marapa mazese yo kwangu si kazi mori wakageo kwanga heto saa ana hejo ni mtu bloody siwezi dedi kasko mafutani ka weni heta mazeka tu mbali form za mamblei na hizo hatutaki getting to the money getting zangu kanji na pull up kagu vile sina ndai machupa na mamoshi you can tell tu vile niko high Jerry Kenya Airways maze vile mi hushinda fly saa zingine muka piga dry swali nini tafanya kwa life ndo kikam siku moja ngatenge vibadli nini tafanya kwa life ndo nishike hizi brown kama Esther Pasari niko na kitu kwa kichwa na inanipeleka tu kama farasi kama mainiga mepita na mali sitaki sidil na mabaki vile bichwako na dishi mainiga ni kama ntahitaji nafi squad iko lit kuna venye leo si tunafeel kama nguvu za radi hakuna shitu ni sinya vimeja kakujikistashi kilandi buda hii life kuna venye lazima to make it na sita fadhali bandana tukakatana then tukafunga hiyo chapa kisha nakuta rifu yake omisa ninampiga lugha kawa la binwala wazangu hot zilidunganga jampa si zimeripoti tu kalulu hasa geusa papana njifanya gazeti mazeche kivila na seti mastanda kuna shit mandula clean si tuko zabe tukajing na tuna chill na kunywa gin na vuta weed maniga hizo ngoma zako hatuja
This is Rogue Radio.
Back to back mi ukuwa tu loki back to manual settings ninambitika kuna jambogi habari zilikuwa tanofsi uningwasa kule masioki ilikuwa tu mina pia miode hatuku pull up na mbugi acheni gossip sichezi na ganji miucheza na pongi ama dicket bado kuja imta wambia tuogopi yo moshi wambie niko na blade hii na kunywani ite kinyozi ni mazwip kata tu boy aliona nati akapiga magoti what if ningekuwa na masaa sahi ningekuwa tu missing alipiga malap yode ungedhani yejo ni vidi jukia na bro amepull up na shank njua ni certified things nilisema kuna 4K force yo 40 wrong nikistone mnageuza roadi boy ni wrong na dai tu manoti nipate juu ya shash na kupiga mamoshi huyu bro akinicross na mgeuza force nilisema kuna 4K force yo 40 wrong nikistone mnageuza nageuza road boy ni wrong na die to manot. Same way ni nabaki rifle ndo same way ni tabak my bros. Na huyo alianza drilling juzi sahi anajia na G.I. Joe. Dema koni high no feeling but hii chuma inaingia ko. Nikijirudia bado mini savage work class chinga ni ite wrong. Siwezi kwa back to back na marapa inavaa boss acha ni kushow. It mini mkali pia sionekani. Niko jua hiyo page on God umefocus na hiyo mahali sana. Why the fuck do they stay on road ukisema huku nje unaonekana. But ukiona nini na mnavio terrain. Who motherfucker na mplain. Shots ni tatu mbili za huyu Arif. Moja dodot kwa brain zamisha irambo toka kitambo mini pate hustle dema menona ni wa cancel jeshi ni trouble splash hadi zone na vako. This is the life we live in, dripping juice na wacha tu swimming belly. Bado piga round saa saba, rambo katikati mimi mwita greens. Niko ndo mjo ozone ceiling, shifting gears ni bombo bleaching. Kulisema nkam solo, sili aliona mtu eju ya maska niko boss. Nipate juu ya shash na piga mamoshi. Huyu bro akinikross na mgeuza force. Nilisema kuna 4K force yo 40 wrong nikistone mnageuza road boy ni wrong na die to manoti. Nipate juu ya shash na piga mamoshi. Huyu bro akinikross na mgeuza force. Nilisema kuna 4K force yo 40 wrong nikistone mnageuza road boy ni wrong na die to manoti. Same way ni nabaki rifle ndo same way ni tabak my bros. Na huyo alianza drilling juzi sahi anajia na G.I. Joe.
Boss. Nipate juu ya shash na piga mamoshi. Huyu bro akinikross na mgeuza force. Nilisema kuna 4K force yo 40 wrong nikistone mnageuza road boy ni wrong na die to manoti.
Jo, kwa nini kesho? Jo, baby from muscle now, says Kijo ana everywhere. Lisa baby girl, toka na ma-op, will you be willing to glide? Nikuna resistance importing toys, do not know me fumble a lie. Nikuna resistance importing toys, do not know me fumble a lie. Baby from muscle now, says Kijo ana everywhere. Lisa baby girl, toka na ma-op, will you be willing to glide? Nikuna resistance importing toys, do not know me fumble a lie. Nikuna resistance importing toys, do not know me fumble a lie. Mekuwa minute, semana nilo king kwa idri chenye hama mbrina mefanya dan did it. Kwa block out tume pull up skid it. Facts na me boss catch my feelings. Bashanga pa medasi na feelings. Bahia ni after mekula hii miti. Basi na roll na mika zigi show. Misi central siba niko na mabanga kwa disturb attention loading. Wakibonga takataka, tunakamenzea kufanya loading. We live this life, huku is baby girl you thought was joking. Easy NC my plug, yeah you know that I got my celly popping. Drip ni clean, boy ako fly, nikana mabawa. Venye na roga na dhani madawa. Drip ni clean, boy ako fly, nikana mabawa. Venye na roga na dhani madawa. Baby from muscle now, says Kijo ana everywhere. Lisa baby girl, toka na ma-op, will you be willing to glide? Nikuna resistance importing toys, do not know me fumble a lie. Nikuna resistance importing toys, do not know me fumble a lie. Baby from muscle now, says Kijo ana Lisa baby girl, toka na ma-op, will you be willing to glide? Nikuna resistance importing toys, do not know me fumble a lie. Nikuna resistance importing toys, do not know me fumble a lie.
Wera na unao ngangana panganga pakando. Welcome to stando venye na mangana manango. Woke up so early bado malaya wangu ako kando. Nasima mwangu ni sister nyanga nyako hasa. Welcome to stando venye na mangana manango. Welcome to stando venye na mangana manango. Woke up so early bado malaya wangu ako kando. Wera na unao ngangana panganga pakando. Welcome to stando venye na mangana manango. Welcome to stando venye na mangana manango. Woke up so early bado malaya wangu ako kando. Simama kwangu ni sister nyanga nyako. Wase anduli ni sisi, mtani maskani ni deep. New school kids tuko fully equipped. Beat ni crazy plus hii shit ni heavy. Na fat super highway hii weekend fans wana criteria rem Garden City natives yule tanga hit. Flow na t-shirt British Navy la mseonga potential la business home kakue. Ndo maana munga hapa siezi bagua adui. Sabune za mkula tenje ndio ajui kumfagia teketeke kaile hardware ya juu. Angalau hata mimi nipate. Nakumbuka niki hustle mashimoni ndo nisake. But squeeze niko surprise na shanga sana manze venye msupa ananidai na hata sina deni yake. Hizo ndo zao maheta na flower galkachi bukate tisnanga shower gel sabuni ya kipande. Hizi chopa zinapata luku mtaani consistency. Sote tunajua that hii si coincidence. Jone mjuaji guaranteed to police chest. Chungeli ni njora mara liver na rib cage. In case hujajua hapa just mind your business. Tumetoka mainstream kaile river ina leakage. The don copy janti kifanya zi moves mindo LeBron copy brand alisikia kan improve reason can all copy clan walisikia tina group. Wera na unao ngangana panganga pakando. Welcome to stand over net na mangana manango. Woke up so early bado malaya wangu wako kando. Nasimama kwangu ni sister nyanga nyako hasa. Welcome to stand over net na mangana manangos. Welcome to stand over net na mangana manangos. Woke up so early bado malaya wangu wako kando. Wera na unao ngangana panganga pakando. Welcome to stand over net na mangana manangos. Welcome to stand over net na mangana manangos. Woke up so early bado malaya wangu wako kando. Simama kwangu ni sister nyanga nyako hasa.
Welcome to Slando, my motherland. Came from the band of Ngangana man. City choche east nila wama man. Kuna maboy hunyanga nyamba kama mbanga fe. Kankunuka sikanuke sindi sawa itepe. Cardboard na kujua kama kawu hepe. Suka beat ndio mtawa ipende. Umepata chuzi hit na ushawa ipembe. Batman things buda wache yende. Mama lisema niogope nyasa ikende. Kazi juu ya kazi kata na sa weekendi. Kani yako itarudi kwa sasa wache itembe. Yo, so we roll with the business. Black man fresh nikinyonyanga Guinness. Unani mess na ujanionanga TV. Unani test unanionanga cheesy. Hini East manze tomba marendeze. Kani bizu unaponga na manager. Piga tizu kichoka mini endele. Hizo streets mini donda na midere. Zero chills ni kuzoza nipate mbele. Kila scene ni kuboss up sibembelezi. Mangana manangos ni lazima. Mambanga kanakos kukanju. Mablanda is
wera na unao ngangana panganga pakando. Welcome to stand over net na mangana manango. Woke up so early bado malaya wangu wako kando. Nasimama kwangu ni sister nyanga nyako hasa. Welcome to stand over net na mangana manangos. Welcome to stand over net na mangana manangos. Woke up so early bado malaya wangu wako kando. Wera na unao ngangana panganga pakando. Welcome to stand over net na mangana manangos. Welcome to stand over net na mangana manangos. Woke up so early bado malaya wangu wako kando. Simama kwangu ni sister nyanga nyako hasa. Mambo grand.
Manzi megeuka Thanos, check your wrist. Manzi megeuka Thanos, check your wrist. Mbota ngote ya ngola. Bro alizalo mekata, naona squeeze na nona. Jana mfupi, nono, round. Ana bastola, CS Fred import risasi. Sisi hataki manjora. Dem alienda ocha, shosh wanga stona. Makamagera ongata, wanajuanga tirende ni ronga. Kaununui ondoka, niliuliza shiga na hoka. Manzi megeuka Thanos, check your wrist. Mbota ngote ya ngola. Bro alizalo mekata, naona squeeze na nona. Jana mfupi, nono, round. Ana bastola, CS Fred import risasi. Sisi hataki manjora. Dem alienda ocha, shosh wanga stona. Makamagera ongata, wanajuanga tirende ni ronga. Kaununui ondoka, niliuliza shiga na hoka. Birthday present ilikuwa Luminous Nikes mpaka na Yola. Pull up a scene one more time, siko shy, nywele nimedai. Kukiwa na msako cops hadi fly, watu nywa chai. Best rapper wako, akituona anafurahi. Just bishane, maneno sidai. Youth pan street pan the road, nikupona marawo. Kutoka hesi ajifanye karao. Nina niona mino na madhao. Mbegu nilipanda, naziombea mazao. Hii ni top notch, hii ni wajanja. Islando, hakuna mahali stanga matanga. Nilitry siku moja, just imagine nilishindikana. Nilishindwa kulala bila silaha chini ya kitanda. Bro alizalo mekata, naona squeeze na nona. Jana mfupi, nono, round. Ana bastola, CS Fred import risasi. Sisi hataki manjora. Dem alienda ocha, shosh wanga stona. Makamagera ongata, wanajuanga tirende ni ronga. Kaununui ondoka, niliuliza shiga na hoka. Birthday present ilikuwa Luminous Nikes mpaka na Yola. Manzi megeuka Thanos, check your wrist. Mbota ngote ya ngola. Bro alizalo mekata, naona squeeze na nona. Jana mfupi, nono, round. Ana bastola, CS Fred import risasi. Sisi hataki manjora. Dem alienda ocha, shosh wanga stona. Makamagera ongata, wanajuanga tirende ni ronga. Kaununui ondoka, niliuliza shiga na hoka. Birthday present ilikuwa Luminous Nikes mpaka na Yola. hata shauri anaweza kwambia dosh mimi strict. Nilimwambia itedha kama kaina mimi ama nibaki ni do street, turudi street back to gang shit. Kwani nyimle dhani babu wa swalendo jina munga msanii hadi warabe wanajua mimi mjaidin. Ukifly off US set KDB yeah vijana wa ruitu kimoja ni kwa shako gunga yugu safuta wanga ni upik Michael Olunga masakwadi kwa msako tulizwa mmekamtua ama mmekamtua. Manzi nimegeuka Thanos, check your wrist, mbota ngote ya ngola. Bro alizalo amekata, na una squeeze na nona. Kijana mfupi, nono, round, ana bastola. CS Fred, import risasi, sisi hataki manjora. Dem, alienda ocha, shoshu anga stona. Makamagera ongata, wanajuanga tirende ni ronga. Kaununui ondoka, niliuliza shiga na hoka. Manzi nimegeuka Thanos, check your wrist, mbota ngote ya ngola. Bro alizalo amekata, na una squeeze na nona. Kijana mfupi, nono, round, ana bastola. CS Fred, import risasi, sisi hataki manjora. Dem alienda ocha, shoshu anga stona. Makamagera ongata, wanajuanga tirende ni ronga. Kaununui ondoka, niliuliza shiga na hoka. Birthday present ilikuwa Luminous Nikes mpaka na Yola.
We interrupt this program to bring you...
Let's do all the drugs.
I don't really want to.
Fucking smash, man. The weed's too strong.
Whoa, you're not.
Wagwan. Rashimzi hapa hivi.
Ni aje Ras.
Hadi naongea niko solo hata anasema ni awe kwenda huko pia ama ukuje ufanye kitu tutakupiga.
Guys said energy not negativity.
Sawa. That's
they two go hand in hand most of the time.
Hiyo ni sauti ya Marilyn Muti. Aka Muti Bana. Aka Muti with the booty. Aka Muti Mathies.
Thailand, you know.
Now hapa
Muti likes to holiday in Thailand.
Exactly.
I really like that one.
Na hii sauti nyingine hapa ni ya Marvin Maruti aka Sebo.
Aka Marutishas. Mauritius.
National Women's Day.
Mauritius.
How you doing guys?
Us guys are good. Yeah, we're chill.
Siku yako imekuaje?
Siku yangu imekuwa calm mazee. Kwanza
ati imekuwa nini umesema?
It's been calm.
Calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there she said it.
Calm. Yeah,
I was waiting to hear Cal L.
I'm about to learn a new word today. Kumbe ni calm too.
Nice, it's calm. Yeah. There's a story ilikuwa imeniwasha sana mazee.
Imekuguza wapi?
In my heart. My heart is aching.
Story ipi?
I just want to cut the ball real early.
Okay.
Makara wamekuja sana mazee. Last
week
we had
Sanse wa kwende. Fuck them.
Wanavuta kila msee kende like literally kila msee.
Makei.
Unakumbuka last week tulikuwa na hiyo story ya Migori vile wase waliwageukia.
Yeah.
And then tukakula we had a call in from Taimu's brother.
Yeah.
Which was crazy, right? Now this week they done go and killed some 2 other youngers like.
Walimada said your curfew.
Yeah, it was also a curfew related incident.
Yeah.
And then get this. When the story came out yesterday, mapolisi wa Kibonga walisema the 2 may have jumped. Notice the word may have.
I thought they debunked that theory saying
history tunaweza ipiga tu like story yote kutoka mwanzo. Hawa ni wa junior wa wapi?
They are from Embu. Yeah.
From
22
center hivi.
Yeah, 22 and 19 years old. Yeah.
Nasikia walikuwa na biashara ya pork.
Walikuwa nauza huko mapoko nini. They were both actually pork, yani pork.
Hey, straight
poko hapa nikashangaa what? Anauza poko ashakuwa pimp bana.
No. I mean like pork meat, yeah. And both of them were in school by the way. I believe Kabarak and Kabarak na some technical school unajua hizo zile makule like those ones yeah no not like TVETs like
polytechnics and the like.
Yeah, it was either poly or an intermediate school, either like college or something of the sort.
So walipatikana beyond curfew, labda walikuwa busy bado.
Probably ama walikuwa nafunga busy.
Sasa kwenda mtaa.
So they were picked up, yeah. So that's the story that happened. that's what the police said. Say tumewashika nini, tumewashika kafyu walikuwa na flout na tukoingiza ndani. Aya, next thing they are large, man, they can be found, they can come back home. Aya,
Goja, walifika stage?
Walifika stage, of course.
So we go to the station and then
ikuruka out of the inatoka side gani?
Yeah, in transit to the
place. Sasa tukienda stage hao wase walihepa na tujui walienda hapo amepotea. Hivyo ndio ile makarao wanasema.
But they
basically inaweza kuwa wase walifika stage ama wase wali jump out of the moving vehicle
trying to escape. So they were not got with any bullet holes, no nothing.
Not that of any report that has come out. Yeah. So I think the thing that puzzled me personally was they're so young. Like I was thinking when I think of someone who's 22 right now, that's a kid. That's what do you know at 22 and 19 years old? Say for business. By the way,
I'll go back to what I was saying. We have people stealing billions.
So
and guys still.
Nacheki hapa wanasema Benson Jiri Ndigwa 22 and Emmanuel Mutura Ndigwa 19, who had been missing since Sunday last week, were found lying in a Embu mortuary. Manyuria. According to the family, the two were allegedly arrested by officers from Manyata police station, kwa hiyo shopping center. However, Embu East OCPD Emily Uyo has denied the claim, saying that the boys might have jumped out of a moving police vehicle. Gurea says that they have already opened an inquiry file to investigate more about the death of the said boys, with the bodies now awaiting postmortem.
Okay.
Now we are waiting the postmortem.
You know, there used to be a long time ago when we would get these postmortems from the chief pathologist, and some of them would be like ridiculous, you know? You remember? Like the guy doused himself in paraffin, walked like 150 yards, shot himself with a shotgun. Then because that wasn't enough,
he stabbed himself in the back.
You know, or in the jugular, then sat down and waited for animals to eat him. As if this is from the chief pathologist, guys. So what hope is there right now that anything that comes from here might be foolproof?
Ngori hata the parents washajua form, anasema the parents John Digwa and Catherine are now accusing the officers of murdering their kids and are now hiding the information, because clearly mazeo kimadam say hakuna venye story hizi kwa tu line moja. Ino shida ya makarao.
I think so.
Au fanya vitu alafu because there are so many of them,
loopholes,
na wako wengi, so inakuwa ngumu cover up the truth, but eventually inatokea tu kweli ni gani. Nikaile time yenye kulikuwa na msee, tulikuwa na story hapa for 20. Kuna msee alikuwa sijui alipelekwa pelekwa court, alafu akahepa kutoka hiyo court yani. Afsijui karao alitaka kushoot huo msee na anaweza kuwa might have injured huo msee. Huo msee akaenda kapanda wall kama Spider-Man akajitoa. Unakumbuka story?
That's adrenaline, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that adrenaline?
That's virtually impossible. What are you talking?
Imagine in a courthouse, bro. Wewe ni ule staro. You know how you watch in movies how the starring never dies.
But
like he's in the thick of it, but atatoka. This guy alihepa out of your court na with some injuries too. Na with that injury bado aliweza kuruka wall. Yani ni so many stories za makarao inakaa tu yenye ni fala mna tupima.
Maybe the culture exists in some countries where it isn't like I believe it's supposed to be shoot to incapacitate, so the person can't, return fire, but countries are different.
Hii moment of bullshit yako Mutina nikumbusha video fulani nicheki pale kwa socials jana. Wasi wengine wamejaa ngori.
Wameangusha gari kimbaru.
Mazee wameflip mbaru mbaya.
That's the people's frustration just showing.
So kawe ni weni leader na unajua uko na brains, kuna kitu unajua hapa juu. You can see these are clear signs mazee. Ni your story.
Yeah, where the guys
boys,
died,
right?
yeah. It was a crowd that mazee again, those are two
Is this like
young
a spate of things that has been happening there, or
no, it's been happening everywhere, because when we think of Taimur's story, that was in Coast, and then again in Nairobi. When you think of Migori, that's a whole different location.
This is shocking.
I feel like we are going into a place where our streets are highly policed and perhaps even militarized, and it is only going to have a ripple effect, on the things that we consider normal. Again, when we spoke to Taimur's brother last week, he said that, he used to hear it like stories. He would hear of people whose brothers or, dads or sisters have been shikwad by the cops, and then they disappear. Yeah. But now it happened to him, and it's seeming to come closer and closer and closer home, to our backyards. See Tao, see Mashinani. It's fucked up. Because extrajudicial killings, as we said, si kitu haijakuwa, but it may become so much more prevalent. And mi swali yangu ni, kwani ya makara wana feel aje? How do they feel like they run us so much that they think they can kill us? Yeah? Kill young men for what? Curfew? We all know curfew in this country is a fucking lie. You get? Like, curfew ni nini? Curfew ni nini? You get?
It is unfair, the killings. It's illegal, it's unfair. But we also need to look at what is the main cause. There's something that's bringing all this, because all these cases are rising. Ever since COVID checked in, all these cases are just rising. And it's like the people do not know how best to find a route to vent.
Is it the people or the police themselves?
The police
because
are people.
I feel
hata hao polisi wamekuwa wakipitia manze.
Everyone, there's a growing issue and no one is addressing it. Everyone is just finding vents. Every other week we are discovering if it's not a serial killer, it's someone going around, what is this, in uniforms or the like. You see, there's a deeper problem. And that's the one which people just need to put their minds into addressing first. All these are just, the rolling stone gathering no moss. It just topples and topples and topples, but we need to find the real reason.
The worst thing natukia hizi extra
judicial
killings. Inakwanga venyama karao, they make it out to look like nikaa walikuwa na protect. Wase. Au tumeua ni thugs au ni wezi. Au vijana ndio wanasumbua watu kwa hii mtaa. And hapo you're trying to show that you're eradicating the society of the bad guys or thugs. In real sense, mna kumada innocent guys, innocent boys. Now on this other side, mna provide mategi na guns.
Exactly.
Because najua pia hapo ndo pale au mategi get by.
Oh yeah. So zile maseska za Javan.
Bana. Ini boss.
I think, Eric, for me, what gets my goat about the cops is not even that. I think I can take that. I can take the pretense of protection. What I can't take, if you to bebo fala with these reports, maze. Ati they might have. What do you mean they might have jumped out of the moving vehicle? Excuse, you either jump out or you don't. Might have and do you jump out and then you survive? While you jump out, you get like these half-assed reports. For me, are even more insulting to they're so insulting to my intelligence. I think I would take the vile ujifanya.
My stance sometimes is not known, right? But I do believe every tree has its bad fruits, right?
This is true.
There are cases where you go and ask people and they'll tell you the good police have done for them. They're there. They're not exceptions to the law. They're actually there.
Yes.
And there are other cases where you find people accusing the law of every misdemeanor they can think of.
That is true.
Now, most of the time,
hashtag.
What gets reported are the misdemeanors.
Yes.
All part of one tree. the things you hear that are highlighted are the ones which paint them in a negative light, because everyone buys negative news.
More than positive, anyway.
Exactly. But some of these cases, even they know they're trying to do the internal investigations and the like. By the time it seeps out, usually by the time it seeps out, something has been going internally, but the process is just leaked. You know? I'm not defending the ones who go masquerading with their uniforms, doing such horrible acts. But I know for every bad one you find out
there's
there,
some good one somewhere.
There's a good one who people will speak on their behalf as to what good they have done. So these guys, you know, like every tree, you need to shake it a little bit, get rid of the bad fruit.
I sadly have to disagree with you when it comes to our police force, especially our police force. If we were arguing about our armed forces, I'd tell you, yeah, I know maybe a few good Navy men, a few good KDF soldiers, but one rotten apple begets another. I feel like we've gotten to a point, especially with our cops, where it doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't matter. If the ratio was to be computed, it would probably be 3 or 4 is to 1, the one being the good one. And with that ratio, I can see how the odds are against us as a population, because it is the same ratio that we need to be for, you know, as we don't even know of the good to bad, as we take them as police. You know, when I see a uniform, I don't know whether the guy is coming at me badly or good. Maybe the guys, maybe those poor kids, they actually, like, they were cooperative. They were like, walai afande, fuck, mazee, is a job.
Ni job tu mazee.
Because we all know how the cops are.
But pia kusema we know how the cops are. Mimi nakumbuka the last time nilikuwa nimeambaru. Pale kwa mlango kulikuwa na makops wawili walikuwa wamekaa hapo. Mkingishanga nyuma hiyo shit, mnyenga ndani.
Yes.
And there are cops who sit at the
edge.
Like. So mnaniambiaje huyo msee might have passed. Nyinyi mmekaa hapo kwa mlango. Sio tu yuko hapo.
Yes.
They might have jumped.
Huyu
kwani nyinyi mshuto? Are you air?
Not even.
Aji, hiyo pitaji hivi.
Aba walifanya a whole Superman situation. You know, they went flying through the barrel.
Ili kutupima.
And you see, that's the thing, Eric. Ndio nata nilikuwa nataka kuambia Marvin. How I wish, even of those reports that you get, again, they do their own internal, right? But how I wish even one of those reports would hold water for me. Because the last time I had a police report that made sense, I'm sorry, I have been living for a couple of years, and they're very few. They're very few.
Maybe that was
it's the heat, yani.
It's
the heat.
Watch out reports. When niambie tu, do you know anyone who has gone to a police station to get any service na akatoka hapo kama hajalipa kitu, hajabuy lunch na amesaidiwa? Just try and lose your ID. Go there for I need a P3. Unajua hata masaa umekuja. Huo madhe wanakuanga na lunch hapo. Utatuachia lunch kwanza ya chai. Ndo hata kupatia hiyo form. This is a sheet of paper, man.
That's an entrapment question, you guy. Like,
fuck fuck police. Si hakuna kitu wanafanya maana.
Yeah. And shout out to the few good ones, because I do remember some time back, I think someone wanted to start it as a page. Maybe we should begin it on this segment. Yeah.
Good cops.
Yeah, could big up Makarao. Wanna make sense. Because every so often, by the way, I have met a few reasonable traffic police, a few reasonable administration police. I remember when I was doing my KCSE, a cop was very, very helpful to me during the exam process. Like, I got lost during one of my papers, and it was just cheeky. I had food poisoning. Like, it's such a story time kind of situation.
Food poisoning, my guy. Food poisoning.
Like,
you got
seriously.
Lost during your paper.
My KCSE. Okay, this is what happened. See, in the school. Like, I went to the wrong location. See, unajua? No, it's the school I had been in 4 years.
How you get lost in the school you've been in?
The wrong room.
How? Kwani umesema ni
KCSE.
So si unajua index number yako?
Yes.
Umekuwa ukijua tangu upewe?
Yes.
Na bado hujui uko room gani?
No. How long have you been in that school?
It was, guys, it was a practical, okay? So it was the wrong lab. All right.
Okay.
And our labs were at different places. So me, what I truth say, zilikuwa index za huko juju, I didn't know that it was. Yeah, I didn't know that it was that lab. It was a much older lab, so it was in a different part of the school. So by the time I went through the 6 labs, it would have taken me forever.
So ukabatisha ukasema niingie tu isha.
No.
Ukaingia na ukasaidiwa na karao.
See, the second one I got into the first one, I checked, I didn't see my group. So I got out. When I got into the second one, that's when I thought to ask, hey, Z, where do you know? And then he just like, kumbe alikuwa na hiyo stuff on a sheet of paper.
Male or female?
He was a guy actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So akanisaidia, akanipeleka to the lab. He went like made the whole excuse for me.
Just pause.
Yes.
How long had you been in this school?
4 years.
Amekuwa hiyo shule 4 years muti.
4 years.
And you got lost between the labs.
Yes.
Ajui ni gani?
And
you
see,
it's not
stress.
7 technically. 8 actually. Okay. Yeah. So we had about 10 of each lab, like 10 physics lab, 10 chemistry labs.
Unaweza kumkaka siku ulikuwa umevaa sweta?
Nilikuwa nimevaa sweta.
Okay.
Nilikuwa nimedunga sweta hiyo day.
Okay.
Yeah, sweaters it was fucking cold. Okay. Kulikuwa na njevi.
Atakushanga huyu msee alimtoa kusaidia. Okay, sawa. Maybe there are good cops out there, but hata mkianza hiyo page, mtakosa content. Mtakuwa mnapost hapa 2 months. Mnapost hata 2 months story nyingine mmejaribu ni kuscript everything.
Like page.
Miss Jane encounter karao mpoa. Kila time nikiencounter karao najanga fuck. Nataka kutoboka mado ama nataka kudanganya hapa. I want to lie my ass off.
Lie the shit out of everything.
Fuck 12.
But I don't know. So, but by that start, Eric, then it must be like a 5 or 6 to 1 for good cops.
Okay, sawa. Just say 6 to 1, okay, sawa. Maybe 6 to 1. But still, I say no.
I do.
Mera nikwambia mtu wangu akisema nataka kwa karao, fuck it. Hiyo ni vita. No, hell no. Fuck no. Haiwezi, siwezi kubali. My kid. I want to join the first Nambia. No.
You guys,
try something else. Hell no.
Oh
my days. Kushow. You can be a good person na uingie kwa hiyo force. The goodness in you.
It will dwindle away.
Haitapita hata 7-6 months. Utaona tu kidogo umeanza kuingia tu na system yao venye kuna kwaga. Hakuna venye you can be a clean cop in the force.
In the dirtiest force in the probably
now
the
survive.
whole country.
Now see it Wembleyna na ama cops wengine Joanna.
You know even like our corruption rate is in the top 20 in the world, man. In the fucking world. Our police force is so corrupt. It has actually been documented. Do you know this? Like guys make examples.
Everywhere they do that.
For example, like in Kenya.
Yeah, bus. You see the 254
Huko ni kunoma.
Yo, Marvin.
Guys, let's not get people on defending rights.
Ata foreigners when they come to this country, they're like, hey, there's a cop, maybe he can help me.
Yes.
And then
quickly
you are schooled. Yeah.
Ama utasaidia lakini kadola.
They are helped.
Kadola katatembea.
Man, the most friendly cops I ever met were the ones in Mombasa. I'll kid you not. Those guys didn't no harassment, no nothing. Give me proper directions. Not asking anything.
But all you asked for Marvin was directions.
Like
directions are not a service.
No.
Like
there are other people just walking up to ask for those directions. They'll already be, Come.
Come. Good job.
Lakini mtu umetupea moment of bullshit ingine mazee.
No,
strong.
But it's because it's the real bullshit right there. Yeah, in fact, nilikuwa nangoja Jav the Pav. I was very glad that
Jav ako around. Marvin, do you have a moment of bullshit? Kuna kitu unataka ku call out the bullshit in this?
Voting choices, you guys.
Voting choices.
That's the bullshit I'll always call out, because as in they steal from you 24/7. They have not come with any new ideas whatsoever. None
of stealing from
you. No, of progress. No new ideas. Everything is the same thing. If you play a tape backwards, you'll hear, yes, we are bringing this. even though the person was in a position where they could have effected something, they did squat. And Kenyans being Kenyans, I come, I throw at you 100 shillings, you'll walk and you'll vote for me.
Yeah.
I'll come, I'll see you for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And after that, you get
you're out.
Out. Collecting salary, taxes, nothing, dude. That's my cut the bullshit moment. And if guys don't realize it sooner rather than later, if they are not bringing anything new and they can back it up, why are you still bringing these people in? There's nothing new they are bringing to the table. Man, but guys will still go, oh, yeah. Bring something new, something I've not heard.
What I've been hearing mostly now, the youth need, fuck, me next time start vote.
We're going to the no vote. The no vote zone. Like no flex.
People need to know the no vote thing is not going to help.
The no
It'll
vote,
just
the no
throw
vote
either
voting.
the incumbent or
yeah.
it will keep the opposition in one way or another. It's not going to be what you want.
The lack of support is support in the end. Yeah.
Plato and Aristotle should have just paused when you started speaking. How do you just throw that? You have discombobulated my thoughts.
But it is true because think about it this way. When I think of the largest percent of people right now, it's the youth. Yeah,
as in we are the ones who have the choice to make
we
this.
Actually have the power.
Oh my days.
The question is, are we willing to use the systems in our access to enact this power? Because thus far, me stand any parliamentary sitting any meeting
they crashed bills which were going to help with employment. They crashed those bills. They didn't pass. But bills to help with increasing salaries, they passed them like without a second thought.
Mi niko na swali. Ndio mnasema it's up to the youth nani waenda wa vote, but wanaenda kuvotia nani? Hataki hawa wazee wenye koko, si ndio? Wazee wenye wamekaa sana.
Vote for someone who brings new ideas.
Angalieni hawa vijana wayangu wenye wameenda look for positions na kutafuta mapost. What have they given us? Angalieni akina Jagwa, akina Boniface, angalia akina what have they done?
No.
Angalieni umse wako club COVID na niko naitwa
extend.
Manze hata hajaingia na mimi ashanisinya manze. Hata hajaingia.
He ain't even smelled the seat yet.
Manze ashari bo hapo hivyo ashaanza ku au mayouth mtaka wavotie nani? Au mafala unaenda hapo kutafuta a way into getting in. Unajua pia unatafuta tu hiyo the first step na pia wengine corruption.
Bring something new to the table. Not the old new, the one which you have always had. I'll fight it like this. No, we have had that before.
Tawaletea maji,
tatengeneza barabara. Bills which are supposed to help with fighting 3/4 of this shit. You've killed all those bills. Things like integrity bill. That thing wasn't passed. And that thing would have been the number one, you know. If you can't, before they even get to the courts, deal with them over there. The constitution would allow these guys to run for seats. Nothing. What did they do? You had people want to pass a bill that so long as you've passed high school, you can run for...
You don't need any further education.
How, dude?
Yeah.
I'm not castigating anyone or anything, or any career path. But if you've been making wheelbarrows, you can't have the mental projection of where I would want a county to be or a country to be projected like, you know? You have to have some qualification behind you, your name and your worth. A high school degree, dude,
it doesn't cut it.
You're watering down quality to get pathetic quantity. You vote for these guys, if they stole from the government when they were inside, right? Or from a ministry when they were inside. And then they were kicked out because of a tribunal found them or a committee found them guilty of stuff. Then you go and vote these people to be your representative.
Imagine.
Not even that. Or you vote for a president who took the whole reject list from the last election and gave them all statues. He's like, Checky, you have a company. You have a company. You have a company. Everybody gets a company.
I would like it to be known that the people who I'm calling out, we know them. You know?
Yeah.
And when
you name them,
when you see their constituencies,
but we know them.
Their netizens are complaining.
Then they're very telling.
But it's like, you know, if you pick a donkey to lead you, don't mind every day when you're seeing the ass right in front of you. You're the master of the decision that has come your way. It's you guys who did this. That's my cut the bullshit moment. As in,
that was a heavy one too.
Oh,
before nasikia tukabe kuna break. Wacha mimi niwape yangu ni short. Yangu ni short. Ni jana.
And sweet.
Jana ama ni juzi nilikuwa naona Inoro FM ina trend. What the fuck?
Allah.
Inoro. What ka trend? Because of why?
Because of who?
Tatuone na ni robota mgani huyo ametusi mtu or something.
Same slappy water.
Kucheki form kumbe ni Ruto alikuwa ameenda kuchapiana. After afriziwe kwa airport. After afriziwe kwa airport akarudi home. The next day akona I want to address the nation. Na the best place.
Ado Anyoba.
The best place.
Inoro TV.
Inoro. Huko ndo apeleke why? Kwa nini? Kwa kuongea na sisi kama Kenya. Mbona umeenda huko penye?
Umeenda huko
why that side?
Why
his PR agent is doing a brilliant job.
Well.
Okay.
He's doing a brilliant job, you guys, because
bullshit.
That's just genius, you guys.
Bullshit. Hata sikuwa kusikia ni yeye.
Right in the background, right?
And then ukisikia sasa kwa nini anajitetea, kwa nini alikuwa anaenda kufanya huko UG, sijui anataka kusaidia watu. Nashanga na watu huko Kenya watu mko kichocha hasla au wataki kusaidiwa au wataki hizi mafomu unapeleka UG.
#Wilbaronation #Aslanation mazee.
Aslanation na die form.
See, you send the investors to look at all the investments you have so you can collect more money for what you have here. You know?
Yes.
Convoluted as it sounds, to some people that will fly as, you know, genuine.
That was a lot of bullshit, guys. As we go on the break, acheni niwaambie. Mimi nimesikia ati kuna AI inatoa mademu.
Tuone kila kitu.
Let's leave them enticed.
Tuone kila kitu manze.
I want to come back on that note.
What?
I want to come back on that note.
Wait.
Listen, I was gonna come drop that to you in a second, you know. I'm just dealing with something right now, man. Don't like that. Hey, yo. Darling. Just a like 2 minutes. Hey, mom, I told you I'm coming home. Give me a sec. Liar, liar, swear all of your pants on fire. When I was on road doing up craze, made all of your plans backfire. How many men have I made retire when it's demon time? I never miss fire. Crash up block, then I burn out tire. You never chef shot. Liar, liar. Liar, liar, swear all of your pants on fire. When I was on road doing up craze, made all of your plans backfire. How many men have I made retire when it's demon time? I never miss fire. Crash up block, then I burn out tire. You never chef shot. Liar, liar.
Story ya court con no case, me pull up kwa benzo na ili intent. Alibi ni tulikuwa church whole weekend. BSDA conditionally sick. PTSD just like that. My trap house iligeuka kisins. Vile na meza hizi beats no exiting. When I die ni William Johanna vile mspit wana singo sana. Don't cost a sing. Ntalipa the upkeep. Baby mama na namba ya feed anadai kuvaa mafila. Driller mana driller. Vile mi hutema kitu siwa. Mi sultan na si hamud. Amini hongo. Vile na wakil ki abu drogo.
Liar, liar, swear all of your pants on fire. When I was on road doing up craze, made all of your plans backfire. How many men have I made retire when it's demon time? I never miss fire. Crash up block, then I burn out tire. You never chef shots. Liar, liar. Liar, liar, swear all of your pants on fire. When I was on road doing up craze, made all of your plans backfire. How many men have I made retire when it's demon time? I never miss fire. Crash up block, then I burn out tire. You never chef shots. Liar, liar. Even when a liar tell the truth, and I lie to the 5-0, them pigs ain't got no proof. If I pull up on my man, he won't have a clue. Blood stains on my shoes, t-shirts burn them too. But you know, boy, out his shoes. Excuse me, I'm sounding rude. I was front page on the news. For BS, I ain't due. But if I'm lying, what's the truth? F that, that's so long. I won't see till my pagan's gone. How many mums have you made since songs? So why do they lie in a demon songs? Sweat all of your pants on fire. When I was on road doing up praise, made all of your pants backfire. How many man have I made retire? When it's demon time, I never miss fire. Crash up block, then I burn out tire. Never chef that liar, liar. Liar, liar. Sweat all of your pants on fire. When I was on road doing up craze, made all of your plans backfire. How many man have I made retire? When it's demon time, I never miss fire. Crash up block, then I burn out tire. You never chef that liar.
natakikana ololo niko kitui na painting hata sijui yona wanduli wakenge warui masimba machui tajua ujui tajua ujui tajua ujui tajua ujui tajua ujui tajua ujui niko wax kari mbui tu asubuhi tajua ujui arifa kwa on chini ya warriors na hasumbui tajua ujui tajua ujui tajua ujui tajua ujui tajua ujui yeah crystal shit Restone flick, rock chief so slick, yeah spit so sick. Weuko riba, risto, Mr. Stop talking. Kwanza umepiga mastalking, that's a no kid. No, dope flow king, moto rap smoking. Anapenda the way that I rap, pop smoking. Boy I kill them, done them, not joking. Nimetoka underground ungem, tough concrete. Nimanga kwa hizi umbo when they start barking. Hey, kanyaga kubwa tembeza start walking. Kila doba ni zogo, my shit bopping. Hey, hits dropping, we got the streets popping. Hey, middle finger to a hater na sitambui. Tajua ujui, kama shida mimi niko keja kuja uzue. Tajua ujui, malaya gasia mkeni na sitambui. Tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui. Mimi kwa wax karimbui tu asubuhi. Tajua ujui, arifa kwa on chini ya warriors na hasumbui. Tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui. Tajua ujui, lidhani na kuwa ikui. Weni kondoo na unakuja kupita mbele ya simba na chui. Mimi niko on, mimi niko zone, nikukashikisha mpaka asubuhi. Na mali safi, toto ni premium, amejitandaza na buibui. Toto ni keki na kuna venye na chekesha naga na mimi minani siweki. Anajichocha nazo zati venye anaweza kucheza na deki. Kumamai, kudada denki na nyonyo ni painting, tafanya nifike benki. Hey, tempting, natema vichafu tadhani mistari ziuandikiwaga kwa septic. Hectic, my lines are nari, my lines are power, electric, my life a movie, design ya matrix inafaa wayeke Netflix. Hey, middle finger to a hater na sitambui. Tajua ujui, kama shida mimi niko keja kuja uzue. Tajua ujui, malaya gasia mkeni na sitambui. Tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui. Timi kwa wax karimbui tu asubuhi. Tajua ujui, arifa kwa on chini ya warriors na hasumbui. Tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui, check ujui.
Zayali trip, I'm the man of the house. Yeah. I wish angejua nilisikia ati life is a bitch. Shit. Nilihit na yo ball nkaruka. Miute mabazo na chuna Blay na ina kuuma. Boy kuwa fly car jet. Yes, bet wekele itakuwa. Boy wadago kila crime scene mutual tactic. Inaitwa kujituma. Painting, akona shehena mbele, nyuma, jegi, dhudha. Hii shots ya kushoot hapa labda ni place jua line za mess nikipura. Rangi ni ya tao, noti ya tene, haizi haribu sura. Chini ya maji ka fish. Mboka juna die dish. Hasla ngoma, vela, baga, cheddar, ndo na white t-shirt. Ogopa sana, choka kwanza nikishaivisha. Cheki fala, ebu fastisha kabla sija kuaibisha.
Tajua ujui, tajua ujui. Tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui. Timi kwa wax karimbui tu asubuhi. Tajua ujui, arifa kwa on chini ya warriors na hasumbui. Tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui, tajua ujui.
More Tulikampo Cindy's and Taliban local ready to ban them off so ban ready to put these things in flame. It's your theory, hey ni prac under pressure we don't crack. GTA we whip them back. Painting at your back na deal your bongi adina spark. Baby catch you later unaitwa nani I can't remember. Moving on to the next agenda na dai kutoa hidi on temper. Reaching my up na temper na chakwa sinners things are catch up. Na bado jage momentum aim for the head aim for the chest. Fucking blade na kiss my blade. Shimo kadhaa za kutoa ujinga blade sinki fika kwa spin. Even though blade na go to sleep. RIP you fucking pussies easy side out pend you pussy boo shots ka kumi blade libaka kika kichungi aro kwa hat na missy cupid hisi game hisi movie you do me you mind my business hoodie na mask match pin ki stainless come kunichocha spend this statement kama ni phone up tap na latex. Staki kuget am latex for now mute nikiwa on road. Ikijam mute and true green kama ni beef na soft your cold. Kwa sina wacha ki bleed pagan ditch na hit adina bida medash tukimit kwa choms najua ni noma. In short salamu alaikum ex na liaja wai tupona. Akikama na ruki ya bona lichil na genga kakwa tu stona. Jino na geuza mona tikampo sin kachafua proper. Na hit them back like boba kama ni up na mchafu na kopa. Head shot asifika kwa doctor likampo Cindy's and Taliban local ready to ban them up so ban ready to put these things in flame. It's your theory hey ni prac under pressure we don't crack. GTA we whip them back. Painting at your back na deal your bongi adina spark. Baby catch you later unaitwa nani I can't remember. Moving on to the next agenda na dai kutoa hidi on temper. Reaching my up na temper na chakwa sinners things are catch up. Na bado jage momentum
bro wako rampage. This time mina kuja kureload. Nilikuwa na movie weight kama kilo. Target kolo kuyo ni up na mzero. Huyo ni mjogu zana za mako hii spliff. Niko na mmoja na itaji 2-3 more. Boy alianza kubehave kama bitch. Pussy boy alibaki na mashimo. Pussy boy alibaki na madent. Right now anaagiuka fala ati bado what's up. Mina ngoja what's next. Bro alikuwa na vessel to aim for the chest. Tuna aim for the neck. Sijui dem ati yako na standards na mdomo ni ya ndume. Kifua ni ya dead. Ni ya hao kumekrom na leo kuna basta unajua tu buda ni majasho. Kasi ni keep na makati fungua hiyo kaja kumanina tuadai tu tango. Hiyo day nilikuwa kadauti ilibidi tungeoso kurombosa tu muscle. After nilimoga nilitoka hiyo scene kashindo kwa ni mori amezikwa na hiyo nyapjo. Walipiga tu malap. Bado nilitap. Siku hizi nimekuwa tu bully. Au ni mafala ninaofunza tu kurap. Lakini nilibisha na fala sikujua yani chichi. Tulimrise bila notice. Sasa unataka tu kupiga na upendi mademu na ogopa kupiga hadi pong to stupid boy. Bro wako rampage. This time mina kuja kureload. Nilikuwa na movie weight kama kilo. Target kolo kuyo ni up na mzero. Huyo ni mjogu zana za mako hii spliff. Niko na mmoja na itaji 2-3 more. Boy alianza kubehave kama bitch. Pussy boy alibaki na mashimo.
Back then tukiwa na tea. Kasi motion ni nrodo kiti. Mjogu kileta mehe na mgeuza courage take out the D. Demo mko wanting alikuja bila panty. Alijua sio kama na drill. Niko always ill nikikeep it real. Weka chuki na aim for the kill. CJ tambua ngori kani mbogi tunapula puna shank. Wajue renda ni toxic vabalio toku na zima na mash. Sifanyi nikidai glory bado ni mboka nikisaka yo cash. Up na mgeuza toy story kwa fine till mblena likap. Kawezi bonga in figures don't even think just keep a distance. Wajue exit in 9 na ukileta ufala utapigwa tisa. Pio kide smoke na pop with a pack of just tukiwa ndani ya dinga. Will ni free na wezi dukasi. Wajue haidai hasira.
Bro wako rampage. This time mina kuja kureload. Nilikuwa na movie weight kama kilo. Target kolo kuyo ni up na mzero. Huyo ni mjogu zana za mako hii spliff. Niko na mmoja na itaji 2-3 more. Boy alianza kubehave kama bitch. Pussy boy alibaki na mashimo.
Kani got ni moja wengine ni mapono. Tukipula up kwa block usiku bini contact na hoodie kwa on. Kani opa na kula maching, splash wet deep your sword. A friend of an op is an op, morena za kubit kamba ya dhong. Liambia bro reverse your ying, back your mash na uchajusi kispin. Kila time mira mbwena siuni za nitatela jmiu kwa very swift. Wamenda ntaingumi ni mbwegze, kabidi amezimona mavidim. The fact that we rap for fun, so dinki ya chamziki stacha kuwa G. Dach comics wangu niwete kwa group, ya chana wakanza kuwa magrupi. Wama pega nyuta kwa shuk michiko kiglo kwa toka kihuti. Ching moja tukamweka kwa boot, katu wengine wakidak gusi. Isi drive unapenda kuscrew, nchikuta malaya unasema na kutusi.
Bro wako rampage. This time mina kuja kureload. Nilikuwa na movie weight kama kilo. Target kolo kuyo ni up na mzero. Huyo ni mjegu zana za makoi spliff. Niko na mmoja na itaji 2-3 mo. Boy alianza kubehave kama bitch. Pussy boy alibaki na mashimo. Pussy boy alibaki na madent. Right now anageuka falati bado WhatsApp. Mina ngoja what's next. Bro alikuwa na vessel to aim for the
And we are back.
Yes, I do.
Shakata.
Welcome, Javan.
Shakata. Welcome, Jav.
Welcome,
Karibu
Jav.
sana, karibu sana.
Now, while
Kiti.
we were on the break, I discovered we have a new listener.
Yes. Tell us about him, sir.
Hit them with that story, Muti.
Hey, so this guy pulls a gun on his wife. A Glock.
Glock, baby Glock.
Fucking.
A mini Glock.
What? Shoots her 3 times.
Then he offed himself.
Then he done himself.
And he's from where, I guess, Marvin? Kiambu. There's
Kiambu,
something
of
happening.
course.
Kuna kitu ina happen Kiambu hapa tujue.
Kiambu, Embu. There's like a Bermuda Triangle
Yes,
over
yes,
there,
yes.
right?
Bermuda Triangle of death and alcohol.
The Embu story was about war.
Is it?
Extrajudicial killings. This one is like what? Spousal.
But the
violence.
Kiambu guys are
They're
representing in every wrong thing in this country. From voting for president,
that nigga, those niggas be holding
to
it down.
booze. I know guys who drank themselves to death, literally. There's a Chile of mine, former, so one of our uncles, guy, Kunywad.
Just drinking.
They
Pigging the kid.
when he coughed, they went to clean his room. Unajua gunia ya makaa?
Yes.
4 of them full of bottles, makwata.
What?
4 gunias. Dude literally drank himself to kingdom
To
come.
the
man.
end.
Like.
So Kiambu hapa kuna shida. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, there's a triangle there. People need to find out what's happening.
So
But you know the kicker was actually why he offed her?
yeah, because he's been listening to the show.
Yeah.
I'm glad my advice is being taken up. Thank you, listeners and watchers. Peace out.
Does it matter if he's dead though?
He played it wrong.
Is that the entirety of your advice?
You are never going to
if
take
you
it that
listen to
far.
my story last week, I didn't die in it. I didn't die in my movie.
You survived.
This one died in his own movie. So my story was like this. I'm going to get a vasectomy.
Yes.
And then I wait for Chile to wekelea for me
To
a
come for you.
kid. And then it's just laughter from there on. Laughter and laughter. In fact, ideally, ideally, I avoid the twango hizi vitu za kulipia mtoi.
Alimony, not alimony.
Child support. I avoid child support till the kid has to go to Seco. Then when the kid is eating Seco, in fact, I recommend the kid goes to one of those big schools. Then she now demands chums and takes me to court. Your order, this guy has not paid a shilling since this child was born.
And you
And
say,
then
"Your Honor,
I hit his honor with my vasectomy certificate. See, it's just laughing.
I've not had a...
So that's what this guy obviously listened to the show and heard that, and Kumbe is impotent, and he never told this Chile.
He did not.
Wait. So he offed her.
So
Yes,
Madam
yes,
checked.
he
No,
He shot her 3
you
times.
don't know why. You don't know why. The madam checked in with a pregnancy, and the dude is impotent.
Jav.
Baby Glock. He looked for a baby Glock and
QAnon.
gave her
You know,
3
this
good
guy-
ones and 1 for himself.
You know, 1 shot we can understand.
In the
but
head,
3.
in the head.
3 is rage.
You know, this is a crime of passion. He's pissed off. You come with a toy here, and me, I know.
And even, okay, you know, if you stay with a guy who has a gun, there are certain lines you can't cross, you know. There should be lines you should know you should never cross.
The only line you can
But
cross
now
is
when
to
you
get
say it
your
like
own
that,
gun.
you make it seem like having a gun is what? An assurance. Like,
No, as if
there's
they're
not.
You would
there are
have used
lines
a
you
knife.
can't
People are using
cross.
knives every day.
Yeah, I'm like, gun holders are not any more warranted into good
No,
behavior
but think
just
if,
because they
if
own
you have
dogs.
if you have, let's just say, you have a man like Jav, right? You know,
What
does-
you take
what
him-
does
you
that
take him-
mean?
You take him to the X, but he won't X you. You know, he'll kill you. He'll do some horrible shit to you, mentally especially, but he won't kill you.
No.
Then you have some other cycles, some other believers in an eye for an eye. You damage this guy, and this guy who has an eye for an eye has a gun at home with you. As in, you should know the limits to some of these men. You really should, especially if they have a firearm at home.
No, I'm first of all, I'm pro-gun. I want everyone to have a firearm. If she had a Glock also, she would have towed it. She would have towed it also. Then we have a Mexican, it's called a Mexican what?
Standoff.
Mexican standoff. In
Guys need to
Kiambu.
think about the whole implication.
No, Chiles are messing up. I'll be honest. Chiles are messing up. But how would she to know this guy
is impotent?
Is impotent.
And you see, it's that thing for as the story goes, yeah. As the story goes, what's it called? No, I've lost my game.
The dude.
Patumadara, why are you throwing me off my game?
The dude.
Yeah. Say Ati, he didn't want the kids. Apparently, it's this.
Because he was impotent.
Wait, hold up.
He
People
knew he
are
was
giving me the whole story.
okay.
I'm just hearing
it's
this
like
in
okay,
bits.
it's like this.
So,
Let me give you the rundown.
A
Rich man in Kiambu is impotent. He has 12 German shepherds by there. I don't know why that was important.
It was apparently.
He has a massive digs. Cameras, the works, still get CCTV and 12 Alsatians. And of course a baby Glock. so he has chums. He has chums. Chums Yoshida. But what he doesn't have is what the girl needs. He can't have babies. So he lies to her that they want babies, but really he knows he can't give her babies. And this Chile is dying for kids. So they even went for IVF. And he knew damn well nothing is going to happen. But then he has chums to spend. So they went, nothing happened. So now the chick wants babies. Then somehow she went and got a baby uko nje.
And outsource your job, eh?
She outsourced the thing and the nigga lost his shit.
And as my producer is telling me here, impotence is actually ED. It's not to be
Erectile
confused with sterility. Yeah.
No, ED is different from impotence.
Is it?
Yes. ED, one is a dysfunction.
Impotence is also a dysfunction.
Exactly.
What's impotence?
Impotence, I thought, is when you can't, your sperm count isn't enough to be able to,
That's sterility / infertility.
Yeah, that's infertility.
Yeah.
So.
No.
But
if we say the nigga was sterile.
The story doesn't. It just says he was impotent.
That he was impotent.
Which can be either.
Which would be either, and in the case that it was the fact that he could not get it up, probably that hurt his ego.
Another dude.
And then you just come with a whole fucking child out of it.
A dude just come out of his Chile there and he lost threw his toys out of the court.
Yeah, I tell you, I feel like we have an on-set stylist, I tell you.
Oh.
Kind of
SSW, Shimzy Streetwear. If you guys, that stylist of ours is called Shimzy, and the brand is called Shimzy Streetwear. I would give them a shout.
Shout out to Shimzy Streetwear.
It's actually the best.
Plug that Shimzy Streetwear. Watu wanze kuvaa hizi manguo.
Manze, Shimzy Streetwear is home of customized merchandise toka hoodies, sweatshirts, sweatpants and jackets. Manze, utaona more videos on the break tukicheza pale for all our viewers on YouTube. Na mjue next Thursday siku kama sahi temka sahi
will be drooling.
Tutakuwa na nyingi kutoka hapa.
The show will be unbearable next week at least.
Itakuwa noma.
It will be unbearable because I know people will be drinking out there.
Yes.
And me, I'm here doing work.
Manze, lakini unajua after job tunaenda sherehe. After job tunaenda sherehe usijali.
Now, does Shimzy Streetwear make bulletproof vests?
No, but I think we can make
for the streets.
Kuna business in Kiambu.
Kuna janta huko.
Bullet, kuna janta mob Kiambu, bullet na ma helmet. Helmet zile za hiyo.
Polyurethane, Kevlar kind of vest,
Kevlar
hoodies,
helmets.
You know.
Kama wewe ni mse wa Kiambu na unatafuta hizo bidhaa, please go to our socials,
tafuta Kiambu gang.
Kiambu gang.
Nitumia hapo ka DM.
Literal gang.
Yeah, literal gangs.
Kiambu, it's all happening in Kiambu.
And let me tell you, those
when I used to live in Kiambu, my best thing I used to love doing was sitting in those buses from Thika huko. From those Kenya Mpya, those things. Kikuyus are bitter.
I think
Kikuyus are bitter with their election choices. But I used to enjoy it kabisa. That's how you mjamani umbwa. I'm dying. We've been doing his umbwa since 2012. You guys voted for this guy. People
and you're here feeling salty.
I used to enjoy taking kwanza Kenya Mpya. That was the one.
That's the one.
Man, like
it was a ride and a half. But it was worth the 50 bob.
I really
Other times, but the other buses I used to bargain. You can't pay 50 bob.
How?
But Kenya Mpya, you remove it immediately as I enter.
Unajua Kenya Mpya jina yake ingine ni gani imeandikwa hapo mbele? Neo Kenya. Neo Kenya, that's the name I was missing.
Neo Kenya.
Neo Kenya.
But they come after ni two different Nganya different in the same one, in the same route. Yes, Neo Kenya which is Kenya Mpya.
Neo Kenya, bro. Salty.
Welcome to 254.
Salty.
How does that make sense, Eric? how is
mbele imeandikwa New Kenya. Afu kana imeandikwa Kenya Mpya.
I can't remember which name appears where. I just know I've seen Neo Kenya certainly.
I feel
yes.
it should be different routes, but anyway.
That's
Neo Kenya is Kenya Mpya for sure.
That's like a 3-minute advertising slot right there.
They have gotten Neo Kenya have gotten a free.
Nikipanda hiyo basi next time sleep you must say.
Hata me when I go back to Kiambu I'm not paying Neo Kenya.
To apply.
Yeah, so people are bitter with their election choices and it's a joy to listen in those Kiambu mats.
And people in Kiambu especially need bulletproof garments.
Yeah, because look at this Chile was offed, man. This Chile has been offed.
Yeah.
If she had a vest and a baby
I can actually
block.
confirm ED is #impotence. Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
impotence is generally inability to impregnate a chick.
Yeah.
Yes. And erectile dysfunction usually is your inability to actually keep it up or maintain it up.
Yes.
That's why it's called a dysfunction.
Yes.
So how can the two be similar?
No, they are.
Impotence is when you can't get it up, you are not getting any babies.
No. The niggas who can't get it up, but they still have sperm.
Correction, guys. There's actually a difference between ED and impotence.
Yeah.
ED being by virtue, let's just say, ED can be rectified. Impotence can't be rectified.
So it's the permanence of
exactly
what it is.
That's the difference.
Asking for a neighbor, how do you rectify ED?
ED can be rectified by taking medication and also by doing various exercises.
Therapy with Senga. Do you know they do it in Uganda? Senga, especially the guys who want big dicks in UJ. You go to Senga and she massages she wanks you generally with some herbs.
Wow. For larger phalluses?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know if it works, but
there's also concoctions like mixtures of ginger, eggs, honey, and garlic. And there's a way you mix it, and that usually helps with.
That's just for hard-on.
Yeah, just for your
hard-on. Ni lazima.
It also helps improve your libido.
He knows it innately. Anazijua hizi vitu. Yari at the tip of the tongue. He even knows which. He didn't even miss one ingredient. Dude, you have stories.
Should have included pawpaw in
you have stories to.
Hey, I'm telling you, that's all he was missing.
You have a story to tell us, Mr. Producer.
There have been issues raised.
Which other concoctions do you know off the top of your head?
Ginger eggs.
Ginger eggs.
Say less, bro.
Ilikuwa ginger eggs. What else?
What the hell? This is consumer advice, people. This is consumer advice.
Your egg itakuwa omelette ama sunny side up. Mayai mbichi haimeka.
Squat.
Nizoro.
Probably the sunny side up.
But anyway, I think
yeah, so Kiambu, what the fuck is going on in that place? There are too many stories, weird shits coming out of that place.
But you know, Kiambu has always
representing.
Coming Adoni.
Representing.
Ado Anyoba. Yes. It's always been a really, dangerous and eerie place. I don't know. There's just something about those highlands that breeds. It's like kusemani, like some evil, some almost craziness. But yeah, personally, let me give you guys maybe some perspective. Me, I'm from Nyeri County.
Not Kiambu.
No.
Oh,
Kiambu mini settler.
Why did I imagine you're from Kiambu?
Is it Nyeri? It was Nyeri, right? The women who are like.
Well, they want to sex by force.
GBV?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We've been cutting them.
Oh
man,
don't
fuck me up, man.
Beating the men and stuff.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like.
It's that kind of thing. Yeah. But anyways, beside the point, my side of Kiambu, it's pretty peaceful. I believe we're a good kind.
So she says.
So I say. Yeah, so I say. Yeah, cash me outside.
In a county where they're cutting people transformers
Gotcha.
because they can't shag.
Yeah.
Is this a general Kikuyu problem? History ya kukosa kudinyana.
Sijui.
No, now that he's brought it up, Nyeri has been in the news for a while because Chiles are not getting shagged there.
No, it's
That's
not.
like Kiambu Pia is.
Hey, words of wisdom.
Sadly.
I think the thing is, honestly, when y'all niggas are drinking too much, there's very little fucking, because
and very high erectile dysfunction.
Exactly.
Very high.
Secondly, the women tend to assume the manly roles. We were having a very heated conversation in the morning with Muti and my co-producer here.
Oh my God, we are going back
we
into
were saying,
this one?
Yeah, we were going back into it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's facts. The fact is, I was trying to tell them, the men, or you as a man, invite a woman or woo a woman to be submissive to you. And so by simple fact that she submits to you, she's expecting you to live up to certain expectations. So when you don't, she steps up to the mark.
She steps up and becomes the man.
In the relationship setting. So that is essentially what is happening in Kiambu.
In Central general.
Yeah, because for me, I find Kikuyu women...
Is it exclusive to Central, really?
A lot of the occurrences are in Central.
We're not saying it's exclusive to Central women. I'm saying it's happening. Modern women are, like, by virtue of the statistics that Muti put out, there's more single mothers, and I mean Pato's kids are going to have to date baby mamas.
What?
No.
What? Will explain?
No.
Yeah, for real.
Pato's kids are going to have to date baby mamas by virtue of the number of single women out here. And also by virtue of the age at which women are getting pregnant. If chicks are getting pregnant at 15, 16, what do you expect a child who's being born now to date? Obviously,
I would like to give context to what you're putting out, V. And the simple fact is, right now the birth rate has really increased, right? Like, and the birth age has decreased significantly, yeah? So you find that more and more ladies, actually 23 was the age that I cited before. So you find that by age 23, in probably the next 10 plus years, that will be the norm, yeah? That
23 is too high. 23 is too high.
Yeah, I know, right? It will probably come lower.
It's already lower.
Exactly. And
generally, a chick at 18...
yeah.
I've been wondering, every hot Chile in this town has a baby. I'm wondering what the fuck is going on, man.
Going on, yeah. And you see now that what that puts in the dating scene is, by the time you're coming to someone, even to settle down with them, yeah? In as much as the birth age is low, does that mean the relationship setting is going to, progress with it? I don't think so. So in dating now, you'll have to deal with, I'm in a situation, but it's me and my child. You understand? So if you're a dad with a child or a mom with a child. That won't stop you from dating. So even if you don't have a
Or
child,
even
you
hooking
may
up.
still end up hooking up with someone who has a child. And the chances are very high that you will.
So bog off again,
No,
Yeah, bog off, yeah, at the end of the day.
Okay, but I tend to think that the thing of the percentages, maybe that a child who has grown up with like a young mother, they stand a higher chance of dating someone who has a child, a higher chance, but it doesn't mean they're preconditioned to that.
No, even statistically, there are few Chiles left without kids. That's what V was saying, I think. Every Chile has a kid out there. All the people to be dated have kids, so you really have few choices.
What were you saying about Kikuyu women? I really wanted you to finish that point.
No. I wasn't saying or narrowing it down to the tribal.
Okay.
You know, for me, it's how women right now are changing to the circumstances that we as men are putting them into.
Okay.
Because right now, like for example, 5 years back, wale wase wote wenye walikuwa Madhare, wenye walikuwa wapi, if you lived in the ghetto, let's just sum it up to that. If you lived in the ghetto and you're a chick and you're a dude, chances are if you're a dude, you already got some chick pregnant.
Or
if
chicks.
you're a chick or chicks. Thank you. And if you're a chick,
most likely you have at least a baby.
Exactly. So unaona wale watoi wenye sasa sisi tutakuwa nayo mimi akina Mav akina nani Shimzi au toi wata have kudate ma baby mama. Unaelewa?
Itabidi.
Juu venye iko ni mademu wengi wako na watoi outside of marriage. So it's no longer about marriage, it's about, for me, convenience. Unaelewa? Nani anaweza shughulikia mtoi wangu best?
Fiti.
Exactly.
Okay.
Kama uko na kakitu, form inaweza. Kama una kakitu, sahi chances are labda tu utapata dem woye. Unajua ule mwenye ama tu upate tu a good single chick, which is rare.
Which are becoming fewer and fewer.
The creed of the guy. If you're a guy and
few and far apart,
you believe in what is this? The first child she bears has to be mine, from my loins. You know? There are some guys who hook up with a woman who has a child, and the first thing they do is they try and bang out one out of her. You know? Like physical, right? You want to claim dominance. You want to have your heir rightfully. You can see them. But that depends on now you as the guy. There are some guys who will tell you, yes, I want to be a father to your child and all that vibe. But deep down inside, every male, deep down in you, you want her to remove your product first. If she has removed another man's product, you're like stepping onto land over there.
But you see, Marvin, the conversation I'm glad you took it there. The conversation we should be having is, as a man, there's a time. It's the right time for you to have a child. It's the right time for you to get married. So if you just decide that because this chick looks fly, I feel like my offspring will look really fly, because, I mean, what the fuck? Are you getting with the chick because there's something in between you that is nurturing a meaningful relationship, or you're just getting with her just by the fact that you want a kid that looks,
the
Instagrammable?
Was the woman already has a child, right? That was a precondition.
Yeah.
So you as the guy, you're coming into that frame, right?
Yeah.
So you're asserting that as the guy, once you come in there, you can just get along with what is there?
I mean, that's you as a man, you have the ability to be welcoming to even children who are not yours. Ukipeleka wewe kama man, ukiwa na mtoi uende kwa keja, uende kwa relationship na dem mwenye hana mtoi, huo dem most likely atatreat huo mtoi vibaya. Juu si mtoi wake. But dem akikuja na mtoi kwa relationship na man hana mtoi, ni rahisi sana kwa mwanaume kuadapt huo mtoi.
There, I beg to disagree with you.
I have to, okay.
And I want to cite a case I think we even discussed on the show, maybe some 2-3 months back, where it was a case of a lady who had killed her child because she wanted to get with another man who was not willing to take up the responsibility of a child who was not his. So I think that thing goes both ways.
And you see, that's for me, that's a puny nigga.
That's a puny
honestly,
nigga. But
I mean, if you're
the point is that all niggas out here are not stand up. You know, they're puny niggas as well who are trying to get with ladies.
But we're doing this because we want men to be stand up niggas. That's why we're doing this. We're not just discussing this for like, you know, just to get past,
to
pass by information. We need to be putting this information into guys' heads. Like, you need stop being a fuck up. That's what we're saying.
So you're telling him to step up to the plate?
Step up to the plate, man. If you like that chick, if you like a chick genuinely, you will honestly want to take care of her affairs in entirety. Otherwise, whatever you're fucking doing is just taking her for a ride.
Yeah.
If you're not there for the long haul, fuck off, man. Just tell her, I want a nut. Can we do this one time? Hii story iishe. Badala ya ku force ku get mtoi na dem, and you yourself aren't even ready for that child.
Then you turn into a deadbeat.
Or even worse, a serial killer.
You know what she said was the woman killed her child so she could have this other
relationship. Yeah.
Exactly. He stated his conditions from the beginning.
Yeah, he told
I'm not raising another man's child. You know? Then
and the girl is desperate enough to.
Exactly. The ball is now in her court. And she didn't create an environment where he'll feel enabled to take care of this kid. You know? So immediately from the get-go, he sets the conditions. Rather than think them through and try to find a compromise, she immediately acts on them. Like, you know, if I want to keep this guy, the kid has to go. She kills the kid. She goes back to the guy afresh.
That's a puny nigga and a silly chick.
What makes a woman desperate enough to want a guy?
I mean, Marvin, you can. What you're trying to do is find an excuse.
Money mostly.
Who is the puny person in this scenario?
An opportunity.
The man
because
who
women
sets
are
a condition
quite
or the woman who
opportunistic.
fulfills it?
Both of them are stupid as fuck.
Stupid motherfuckers.
Damn.
You can't kill a child just because you want to keep your relationship.
That's why I asked what was at stake. Mbaka, she must be with this. It's like Ruto trying to go to Uganda at all costs.
Even after being frozen at the
Even
airport.
after being frozen at the airport, Bwana, you're still. What was in Uganda for this Chile?
Meanwhile, you can find him at Inoro TV.
0784924100. What makes someone want a nigga so badly?
That you're willing
Baka, you're killing your own
kill
toy,
your
man.
child.
Yeah. And sadly, by the way,
I
know
can't
we
figure it out.
we were still discussing the airy things that happen in Central. Those cases are more prevalent than you'd think. Watoto wanatupwa mpaka kwa choo na kuambia.
That's what I'm asking. I don't know.
That's what
Are they happening everywhere else, or Central is reporting them more, or Central is doing them more?
I also feel like because of the proximity to the city, those stories are so much more,
prevalent.
close.
Yeah.
Because of the influence of the city.
Exactly, like Nairobi, like.
But the thing,
most of Central is
adjacent to get the news
is,
to the city.
Exactly.
The thing here is someone weird as this might sound, someone comes and offers you the life you've always wanted, with all those prospects and everything. You being of a weak mind, right? Okay, it's not always weak, but maybe we can say at the time pressured mind.
Desperate, really.
Desperate also. You see that life, the only condition they put before you is that I don't want you with children.
I'd rather the chick
you say fuck off.
would have even decided either to say fuck off, as
or
Jacob
take the
says,
kid to shags, man.
To shags, or even to a children's home if you don't want anything else to do with the child.
The sadness.
Why kill the child?
Outside there, these are conditions which are placed before very many women, and they are sent to them. The child, they get rid of the child, dumping it at the dad's door, and
that's better.
Erasing that whole history. So here, it's the same scenario when you think about it, because they've been given a choice. Your current husband, the one you left, could never have offered you the life of staying where you wanted to stay.
Or most likely you're
having
single.
What you wanted to have, having better than your friends have. Someone who your friends were like, oh, wow.
I understand you, Marvin,
people
but
can actually be attracted to that. That does not. That's not the undermining of the man's character who asks for the conditions. It's a woman's character who accepts these conditions.
No, I disagree with you. And I'm saying this
as a man. Both are quite telling.
As a man, you, as in where you're innately a provider. Unaelewa?
Yes, to your offspring.
Say, offspring or not. Wewe ndo the same person, ukitoka hapa kwa street sahi, kauko kakitu, unless we tu ni mchoyo. If a hungry child comes at you, or a hungry guy, whether he's drunk or not, 20 bob 40 bob ya kamayai mahali, si kitu unafaa kukuwa unafinyika sana kumpatia. Unaelewa?
Okay.
We ni man mazee. Unajua hata ka hiyo 40 bob mimi nishaikuwa na chwani, na hiyo chwani naenda kubai beans ya mbao ndo nikuje ni pike na hizo vitu zote za kupika. Nikasema nini, we leo tunakula beans bila nyanya. Unajua ndo mtu mwingine apate.
What you're saying is
whether they are of your size shape or not.
Okay, look. We are very close to animal in nature, right?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
The lion is like king of testosterone, right? Look at it from that scenario.
The lion takes them out immediately by himself. Doesn't even ask the chile to do it.
It wants to start its lineage.
But that's why
we are
brains, and you're a human being, a superior man to that animal.
You should have told that woman who killed her child to be the guy.
You are better than that. You're better than a lion. You're human.
You're better than that. She's better than that, but she chose. That does not point anything. The negative light here, if anything, should be cast upon the person who made the decision to kill the child. Not the one who threw the condition, I can't date you if you have a child.
There's something despicable about the person who actually
gives
does the act.
Ultimatum.
But there's also something extremely more despicable for someone who asks of that. I believe in any situation or in any relationship, there is the thing of asking too much.
Yeah, you do know
that is, if asking too much had like an illustration, that would probably be the story. You know, like the short narrative.
Marrying into
too much to ask of
some
someone.
Families, marrying into some families, right? There are certain things that go attached to that.
Has anybody?
If you have a child, if you're marrying into a family that does not want anything to be concerned with certain races, certain creeds of people, you will have to get rid of that child. If you really love the person, you'll have to get rid of that child.
No, you don't. You don't. You are a puny person. If you're asked to get rid of your kid,
exactly.
Then you're fucked up.
To that family. You don't owe that family nothing, but you owe your child.
Who is the puny person here?
What?
Who is the puny person here? The person who kills a child or the person who asks over?
Both of them, man. Both of them.
There's none that is less puny than the other.
If the rumor mill was that Dodi Al-Fayed actually got Diana pregnant, she was killed because of that. That points to exactly what is happening here. They do not want to be tainted by another lineage.
That is why, as in, is that? Are you trying to tell me that that's right? Are you trying to say that what they did is worthwhile?
What I'm saying is, who are we blaming here? If I say I can't date a woman who has black hair,
we're saying
hold up.
Black hair and a whole child, Marvin. Really not the
same
thing.
I can't date a woman who has black hair. I put that condition out there. So when a woman comes to hit on me, or I hit on a woman, and her hair she's a brunette, and she changes her hair to black, who is puny here? Has she accepted my condition? Is it wrong for me to have put a condition out there?
No.
But you see,
you're right.
That
it's actually
condition
right.
does not involve a child.
No, I think I'm starting to hear Marvin.
Exactly.
I'm starting to hear Marvin. The Chile is worse off than the guy. She could have said fuck off, man.
Yeah, she could have.
That's what I'm saying. As in, that's why we are saying, me and Muti, both of these people are at fault. Because the Chile would have easily decided, I don't want to do that. I don't have to date you. I can get someone else.
The question is, did the man expressly ask for the child to be killed? He probably just said, I don't want that little shit around here.
Yeah.
And then she decided,
and then she's done who abided
and then she's desperate enough to kill her own child.
Then the conversation now turns to, why wouldn't you as a man, if you really like a chick, why would you give an ultimatum as such having her to dispose of a child just because you want to have a life with her.
The sad
Dispose
truth
here
is there,
being used
the
very
sad
lightly.
truth here
Exactly.
is there are men who have weird conditions to dating and to being with them. That's a sad thing here. This is just a facet of it. The fact that he doesn't want you to come with any other lineage attached to you because it might be a blemish on his name.
What kind of blemish?
That's not my kid.
What's the worst that will happen?
It is not okay.
If you adopt a child, what's the worst that will happen, man?
I don't think.
No, let's
about
just reason. Let's do it with reason.
It's not about the worst thing that could happen. It's just about.
I mean,
I feel for men.
I'm just
it's
dumbing it
about
down.
that thing we were talking about yesterday, pedigree. It's like if I hold myself as a man to a certain, as a certain pedigree, then I would want, my lineage and what comes after me to be of that pedigree. And then now you're coming with this mixed breed.
I think you're even taking it
we're not
too
even
far.
sure, what exactly it is.
Muti, I think
And
you're even overthinking it.
Yes.
It's just that's someone else's kid. It's a purely emotional response. That's someone else's kid. The same thing this nigga who shot his wife in Kiambu. That's not my
It's
kid.
an emotional response.
That's not my
a
kid. So I
reasonable
don't want
response.
anything to do with that kid. I don't think it's even about. I don't think even Africans care about pedigree and all this shit.
I really feel like it's more tied into your
It's
psychology in a way
It's
that
just like we seem to
may not be so
what am I doing
superficial.
with someone else's kid? That's basically it.
For me, it's about social class.
Social class.
It's about social class. You want a certain pedigree, right? You want your child, your offspring, and what comes of them to be of a certain manner. And so anything that is not of that class is beneath you.
Is less than. Back to a conversation about humans being equal.
Exactly.
You see, this will be a very interesting topic to throw in India, because India has the caste system.
No, what system is that?
A caste system. People are divided
caste.
into different.
He's Ugandan, understand?
Yeah,
It's
a caste system.
Different segments of society. You have like those people who are known to be the doctors, the engineers.
Not even that. It's beyond that. It's really a race thing. It's a skin color issue.
It's really broken down. So you can imagine, you meet a lady, right? You date her, and then when the child is born, the child has features of the lowest people in your society. That woman, I hate to say this, in instances, that woman have to get rid of the child if she wants to stay married to this family.
The thing is, you don't have to get married in that family. Si lazima.
So then,
nobody's tied you down to that family, unless you're also choosing that family for the same issue, class.
Going to the original question, whereby who is at fault? Do you now see how it can't be the man at fault for the woman deciding and not having the mental strength to say no? Why does she kill her child and still go to the man?
And the guy accepts her with a dead child.
Okay, don't know if he accepted her by the way. I don't know that. But
yeah.
As far as that goes, it's
Most
the
of them
woman
do, though.
who's at fault, not the guy. He set his standards. She wanted to abide by those standards to be with him. She did
picked
what
a
she
shitty
did.
route to abide by those standards, and
Pardon?
now
I think she's worse off than
Yeah,
the guy.
she's.
If this thing goes to court, the guy will be not convicted.
There's not.
no, he will be convicted,
For
but
what?
he'll probably not.
He
Convicted
insinuated
for
it
what?
to me that if I get rid of my
Ins-
child, we'll have a family. Was it written down anyway in contract that if you get rid of your
And
child,
I'm certain he didn't ask her
There's
to kill.
nothing.
He
It
just
won't
said,
fly
me, I
in
don't want
court."
that kid.
Yeah.
I don't want that little shit around here no more.
How about we build a conversation after the break on whether the man should actually, decide to keep a child that is not his? Because why? Why then? Why would you
It's
start
really a
giving
choice. I don't even
ultimatures?
think it's
It's
wrong.
a choice.
It's a choice.
It's
not
really a choice.
Whether you agree or not, you can't. It's you just don't want someone else's kid, so it can't be wrong. What people do with that information
is on them.
Is now on them.
Okay.
imagine wa mine tulisaka tukapata hiyo ndo tamu wa life tuko mavitu tunaserereka ni kupima na wazimu maisha bila presha kujivinjari muhimu na shingi kutesa hizi area muatibu pori kona pesa ulenje kona kakitu spending circle wanga ndogo ya mabreche suzu wagazogo tukistep in the scene rumba mdogo tukiletin kastima kuna mseko na makasiriko tukikapopa kuna kurudisha kifuniko mwaga kadotu ya wahenga kama Steven Biko alafu choki unatembeza hadi kokoriko ndani ya kotiko na mashelenge ni kuserereka ngoko na mawezere tunaserereka flame jama pekele ni kuserereka na piga makelele serereka hapa kamewaka tunateketeza tunasababisha tunatekeleza pesa ndo kusema tumetengeneza serereka naingiza baridi mnatetemeka ukichoma picha inaeleweka ni vile kameshika ni
serereka hapa kamewaka tunateketeza tunasababisha tunatekeleza pesa ndo kusema tumetengeneza serereka naingiza baridi mnatetemeka ukichoma picha inaeleweka vile kameshika ni kuserereka panda meza leo hatujali ukitaka vuta shashamani hatutaki vita haja gani watu washikane hadharani tujivinjari bila maswali la usiwori una makali
serereka hapa kamewaka tunateketeza tunasababisha tunatekeleza pesa ndo kusema tumetengeneza serereka naingiza baridi mnatetemeka ukichoma picha inaeleweka ni vile kameshika ni
serereka hapa kamewaka tunateketeza tunasababisha tunatekeleza pesa ndo kusema tumetengeneza serereka naingiza baridi mnatetemeka ukichoma picha inaeleweka vile kameshika ni kuserereka
Genje yo giz nikoriko na zingati giz nikoriko na zingafu giz nikongeso na morata nikomboka na mashata giz nikoriko na zingati giz nikoriko na zingafu giz nikongeso na morata nikomboka na mashata
shatare atuwezi rienga furda maruche masangwenyi wa bugde nikondit nimewolit kuboswe nikiduitwa na VX ni mabad mind subenje kila mdowi brigenje broka vikwa inzagi kanje bro makuela miukasuka salopa ndesa kuwateka na mndesha mzaga kuwajaza kangito shashken miupiga ni za TY nichma bufalino na jatimo jamse kuwa pandis na maniple jinre zimeriengs tumemokre kanairo tumegova na dikuako ronga ni wadie na walajo kebin ya marin kuwa bumbrush ijuga watalego awazawe
giz nikoriko na zingati giz nikoriko na zingafu giz nikongeso na morata nikomboka na mashata giz nikoriko na zingati giz nikoriko na zingafu giz nikongeso na morata nikomboka na mashata
niko steam niko wabling na machaji El Njavati mindo wa Maria kuzingati bila hata gifla mindo shifu street mainati giz kuwa icha kuwa kata na my grade zimengwata Mr. Go missing mtani hata nikenda asua mwezi nigutuka piga James Riang ni kugasta rimami wote kigiza kifasta MG tunaletaga disaster na wachai utadhani mini pasta niko round nimepull up na mchup makangedhe nimekuja kuwatuma niko round nimepull up na mchuma makangedhe nimekuja kuwatuma makangedhe nimekuja kuwatuma
giz nikoriko na zingati giz nikoriko na zingafu giz nikongeso na morata nikomboka na mashata giz nikoriko
riko na zingati giz niko riko na zingafu giz niko ngeso na morata nikomboka na mashata macho idha inengi zimeritipo disma mi upiganisha mavizibo ngipo rima nimenda suka matifo masho zile miutise ni bagiko sezi pacha hata kama kamechacha ngeso ni kuanga dumnacha gangsta mpaka niinzagi kwa mgacha zero shapreti na presha kama pancha wana hit na bado wana tuzaski shock de mi uwarausha kama masti siaka genje mpaka rodi iwe dusty mukish gapi idha inengi mjasti mamorata wamekalia dimanga stroko mboka warosho kuwatilanga pota wasoro wabaki kuboronja niba raundi itabaki wamepaka giz niko riko na zingati giz niko riko na zingafu giz niko ngeso na morata nikomboka na mashata giz niko riko na zingati giz niko riko na zingafu giz niko ngeso na morata nikomboka na mashata
Rogue Radio. Sound of it, singer. We keep sick gangster rich here, nigga.
Hey, yo, Chino, you a gay?
Avoid those people wenye wakusaidia hawezi kujenga. Avoid those people juzi nilikula moro distance wakahepa. Avoid those people, avoid them. Cold Nairobi still narowesa. Avoid those people, life ni bure, survival lazima. Avoid those people wenye wakusaidia hawezi kujenga. Avoid those people juzi nilikula moro distance wakahepa. Avoid those people, avoid them. Cold Nairobi still narowesa. Avoid those people, life ni bure, survival lazima. Kuna msee aliuza pena juu alipura. Tunauza nyama ya paka kwa mtura. Naziuza mimi na bena bado tunapurura. Ati niaje dosh na roll na manzi na nichura. Niaje na ni dosh tungempiga picha but alificha sura. Ndani ya poto nilifall na nijua chingri. Oko wapi niko na ndenga na sidi kwara. Fuck it nilifall in love na nigri. Usoi toka mbeshege hiyo ni swara. Avoid those people nilijam sansia kahepa. Avoid those people Adam ningekuwa madheri but hangependa. Avoid those people I'm cold in Nairobi still narowesa. Avoid those people kuna madhani ningemwokoti ya kibeti but angenita thegi. Unasema nini brother tumemwoket kukublaze blaze. Na sweetie zuni runda na be peremende zitakurunda re. Saizo kaniko macho nyanya alitry kunishika time ya Obama. Jump on them uko Obama walichofanya wanakula nyama.
Naibia Paul kulipa pita kwa show vile kamera imeshika. Au ni wakuland walipotea tangu zile enzi za green card. Riomo ni dead man anatembea Kotko aligongewa. Last mile by execution aliponea. Drunken master kimunga swe motherfucker from yesterday. Bada silas Madrid muchapa mpaka na nitabe. Anadai onion na beza jai juanga mini mnyama bed. Si utoka siaka mzee wakule vumbi si atfiki bay. Quality shuki in fact usikuje kuna ideas skautoi tukis. Drill thing kuna sisi wazee alafu kuna omarukis. Yo dubi si watu tu pinkes kuna ukame si watu shtuki. Jiji nyuma hizo building dead amekuona kapata shughuli. Model shukwa kamoket hadi backbench kutunusa vidole. Si washama foreign every morning tukiendanga kole. Nikiwa ma drugs mi keep it simple bo wezi pata vaska ujalipa dipo. Pirate tulimtoka iPhone tukamwacha zero bila ta earphone.
Avoid those people wenye wakusaidia hawezi kujenga. Avoid those people juzi nilikula moro distance wakahepa. Avoid those people, avoid them. Cold Nairobi still narowesa. Avoid those people, life ni bure, survival lazima. Avoid those people wenye wakusaidia hawezi kujenga. Avoid those people juzi nilikula moro distance wakahepa. Avoid those people, avoid them. Cold Nairobi still narowesa. Avoid those people, life ni bure, survival lazima.
Ushaiba na light skin ukapata extra pressure jurende ni ronga. Mrazi aliingia box nilimponeo mali na vile nimekonda. Mtani ni genje kopro na geri wana different slogan. Slim alibambo belly litoka na boya katoka. Tuesday morning nishawasha kishada ndo munga anapiga. Ashaningisha orosho bag ni thao safa na shinda mbona chafuliza. Mina mastana ni hotbox msala lidhani nimeba kume ni probox. Tunatingisha bali na chrome kihantax unajua hii ni fomo. Rende nilisikia kuna msanatisha juu wakati imempita. vita, lakini nasikia socialite mboka ikiisha survival lazima. Nilikula mali ya njoro alipiga makali akazima, nimpiga Kiswahili ya mtamu bora Meru na sauti alikiba. Buti ni preacher, goda kibongo na juu utasikiza. Rende ni ronga, buti ni edi familia sharp imefika. Buti ni preacher, goda kibongo na juu utasikiza. Rende ni ronga, buti ni edi familia sharp imefika.
Kwa majina ni Papa Fadela, warazi wa ustukaniaje nilipenya. Nikikafunga leo na sepa, ambia wasoro wa mgonti December. Mini mirako baby nasema mokoro wa mia alishika mimba kwa kesha. Kuna msela alijifanya sela, tukashika stock yote katinga the wera. Kuna shughuli itakagi mbogi, bado kifo haibishagi hodi. Nilichokaga na window shopping, squeeze wanalipa ni wavalie the clothing. Nikapianga kana nchoma lips, wezi rona sisi juli trip. Wesi guangi buda weni bitch, company stiff. Breakfast in bed na niko na side chick. Raboni na stew ina kari, heni na coke juu weekend ni shwari. Shati Versace na imepigwa pasi. Tangu enzi za daycare nilikuwa natoka watoi mabano. Walishindwa kunihandle ka sufuria moto. You know the boy been stubborn. Avoid mafalo amejaa, ujinga ni ugonjwa kupona ni struggle. Nikipula up lazima uta notice, mi uonekana cat all in purple. Na hii dunia ina mambo, nikisota na kinda kid ni ngambo. Niko na TK bado top 3 kama jezi ya Carlos.
Mi roll incognito, jichonyanya mfuko nzito. Madigaga azambao jumi wana avoid some people. Unafaa kujichunga wadingo na makago wanga za imbo. Makarao watapiga na pingo na dubis na machinku. Nairobi kudiambo kwa traffic tinga mawindo. Kula rada tafuna rido ama utameza maridhe. Promoter junkie mwenye show, make sure amekudunga kadipo. Ati concert bila malipo, na avoid your risto. Unafaa kwa avoid those people. Watakuwekea mchele kwa disco, watakuingia mbosho ukishachemsha unafungwa chipo. Yule boy wa snitch, nasikia yeu ndonyo info. Anajua na mafaivo ndio kwa maana yeu tembeanga na pisto. Leo staki matembo, niko maji kushinda migingo. Itabidi nianze kudetox, yani kupunguza stingo. Waba imenifika shingo, ndio kwa maana niko indoors. Natembea mtaani kitipto.
Avoid those people, wenye wakusaidia hawezi kujenga. Avoid those people, juzi nilikula mura distance wakahepa. Avoid those people, avoid the cold Nairobi still narowesa. Avoid those people, life ni bure survival lazima. Avoid those people, wenye wakusaidia hawezi kujenga. Avoid those people, juzi nilikula mura distance wakahepa. Avoid those people, avoid the cold Nairobi still narowesa. Avoid those people, life ni bure survival lazima.
Avoid those people, vijana kasisi yo mama studio kituona utu avoid. Tunachachisha na mamuiko, masasika vidunge ziko kenena udija hapa kuna toy. Weekend toja na ulipo, ketepa na njugu sazile hakuna vudugu ni kujienjoy. Senanga maneno na people, elishela toka kitamu ndo manake ama simple boy. Hizo vitisho zenyu misingizi, niko 20 na nanyima usingizi. Ni for 20 kila siku kuivi, bila senti huku haupiti zi. Hapo kicheza dondi pupupu, nikipita wanageuka bubu. Jumadapa ni kama ilani kukuku. Way before kina Gideon radio was unbogable. Itabidi mupunguze bonga mob, jumi studies zenyu ziko terrible. Here we go, extra pressure na zidi you render wrong. Iko jiji na testa tu kila zone. Hii riziki ya mziki itakuja call. Tunasagamane mpaka Senegal. Kani heta ni better unija void. Juningeta utakulu ukipatwa boy. Wanateta tangu nianze leta voice. Junageza madapa wakaiwa nakuja kijeshi. Ni kidogo anadhani vigeti. Tunasonga hakuna kusleki, mindo tegi anasakwa dando na hesi.
Destroy mara triple, mifanya kwa cripple. Kadogi na kuita na whistle. Avoid those people, ndenga ndio whipple. Ripple effect wenye miuleta vitisho. Lanyanganya mikuja kwa hanya, mistani naandika ni kama nimetoka hang down. Wenye rende ni wrong, mikuja kwa shanda. Most def after this ni matanga. Roots nzapanya kuna chochota nikosa. Salute juna miuta mangeos juu mboka. Nataka yodo jukomolo na ikonka. Accept you lost, main goal ni kwa moka. Tangu linus ke queen na argue na mbocho. Of course mini boss na kanyaga karot. Niliruka kwa mbarun kadario popo. Nilimwacha kicheza na losho. Ndene kwa sisi tunachomanga pecha. Kasanta natoka goseko saseta. Usiku na lela kilale taleka. Last fit mpa crib nilimwacha kiweka. Kamtoi kwa crib nilikepa. Adik jambes nilimwacha kijipa. Nikamshow after this mini underdog. Bana wa smoker fucker bulldog. Na wa master catalog wani analog. Na kuombea kwa synagogue. Dana kuweka kwa dust na kuflog. Yoni monologue na ya dialogue. Sisi share throne mini ka hog. Ka lap dog na watuma kwa tonde na tokia kwa scene ka smog.
Man, fuck those people, mi ukinicheki avoid me. Nikiwa gari kona kibro ni kifo, lakini alidedi I'll join him.
nina kilo kwa tiplo na ngangwa kisleki we boiling mlishindaga TikTok chip talk na kila time tukikutana mbongi wrong rende ni vitimbi heta alionaga majogi huyo anakuwaga ni pimbi kwanza nilimpora na dogi kilo nirudisha jiji ni kukula nyama choma Nairobi mimi nilipata kabibi kijana bado na kuona na mbogi babona bonga na mabudeng hapa lazima mbanga na kuja na mabunde banges na bangi jwa na kureng jaba iko nadi na ndasukuber hii ni wazea na mabujeng wakiuliza nijea na jibu maber natoka wera na nrudi kwa wera ni nini masela mnataka niwape hatuzifanana just look at us huyo mama na niramba na nanuka jasho chini ya maji undercover nikivuta gas na sisi hatujatupa rada ni kukula vako wepiga panganga tunakuja kwako kesho utanipata nimedunga chuja zako wesi gangster ati jumefuga ras na nikifika lawama si wanajua ni nakos
non-stop music.
Oh my god! Yo son, you're listening to www.roadradio.live.
Yeah. Thank God for these sessions, I'm grateful. My SOG, are you ready? Okay. Wataitana mziki mbichwa ikidunda chom shika ukuta ama chuma for support walikuja but kufika katikati waka pot cause my mission is the revolution kamenuka Mary Jane side zao mshuto niko mainstream chini ya maji miradi za Ruto simnajua ni relax but naleta fujo kani basi katambe I can also kick it nina fans so tukachwani who can cop my tickets exercise juna rada yeni fan of fitness I'm a man with finesse yo lazima nijigas chasing the finance laugh it to the bank liquor in the glass Malawi and the shash jafika yo bash but madem wananitag the illest in the class but I'm humble like a freshman mzikimbicho lima Kenya kauna try kuni test man bitches in the back gang front row seats attitude yangu explain na hizi rumors yangu ni yangu but mnedishi nikaya uma game nazidi tu kupenye na wauma cheki wananisengenya like a woman competition fanya maximum damage nina manzi kwa mansion va hater cause I'm lacking in fashion neza mada boot solo if you're lacking in passion fake news when king Josie Bakim Pasho
hizi ni sauti za Afrika Mashariki iti mziki mbicha tunabamba mashabiki cheki breaking news kuna rappers wamefariki moment of silence kwa Mungu na sadiki sina dola nina dream still nageuza dreams na kuwa real najua mtani feel vile beat nina kill jana squeeze ni mil nimepopa pill
mentality na Kim Jong niko tasa na siendi home na car place kuna form Hanis makali na ndom everyday niko strong na stay positive to these storms chasing the ball by its horn surrounded by lions in this den freestyling kwa mic sihitaji pen mistari zangu 10 out of 10 ball tunacheza plus 9 C11 born baller sijawahi pita route 11 ganji naingiza alafu madem Jeep Rover na Benz all my ninjas high to the end mko dependent crew yangu independent flow ni cement sipping the lemon avoiding the demon voice yangu inasikika Compton niko na farm ya cotton the first rap calculator degree kwa ghetto El Hunter ndio moto finger na ngoto wale mangango ndege ni za dago streets ni wild cheza nami na kupiga na pipe smiles na styles media na hype radio na place zaliwa Africa manilonda doing anything to work against you rhyme buster na kudis every day what you gonna do
hizi ni sauti za Afrika Mashariki iti mziki mbicha tunabamba mashabiki cheki breaking news kuna rappers wamefariki moment of silence kwa Mungu na sadiki sina dola nina dream still nageuza dreams na kuwa real najua mtani feel vile beat nina kill jana squeeze ni mil nimepopa pill
Strip naked.
This bitch is hot, man. New music on roadradio.live.
Freak out, yo! Is this a message, bro?
Yeah.
I put you on dope and lit. Pop it like pain, I sip. I do it like can't be it. File a groove, they need a kid. Get you so good like Big Sean. Back to back, do it like ping pong. Do it twice like a rerun. Come in threes like a threesome. I stand up, I cannot be laid. Past that, I cannot be saved. Master, you are my slave. I am the beach and come with a wave. Fuck it like Jojo, they copy. Lick it, they do it so sloppy. Sprung, be calling them Poppy. Go, I do it like Rocky. Mess the move, do it like Groove. Keep it 100 G. Off like boom, fast like zoom. Flashing the Marvel T. I take the room, you stay confused, hating the energy. Cop it like boom, left too soon, loving the family. I do it for space, yeah, sorry I chased you out of place. Out of my face, like you in the way. I do it for space, sorry I chased you out of place. Out of my face, like you in my way.
See, I'm the king of the jungle, I'm like Mufasa in this bitch. I'll probably go ahead and make some money in this bitch. My energy is like the pinnacle, I'm Gandhi in this bitch. My baby girl, the prettiest mommy up in this bitch. My thinking critical, in general, flow is so malarial. I'm too hard on the beat, so feel my dick up in your stereo. They try to jack my style, but they forgot my shit is mythical. So over this beat, I'm like a snapback in the studio. Some niggas try to copy, but my flow is so original. I've been on the way before my niggas got to radio. And furthermore, I don't give a fuck, don't you get it, bro? I was born the sickest way before they had the antidote. No time to fuck around, I'm constantly chasing the bread. So don't be coming at me, telling me but what he said, nigga. If you can comprehend that I'm focused on stacking checks, then step aside and watch me kill him, that's a fucking threat. Back to the topic, man, fuck a politician trying to profit from the pockets of the countryman that got no other option. Extending my middle finger to these lame ass niggas acting like they give a fuck about us when they fucking kill us. I was born to sing my national anthem and raise my head up. Before I feed my fam, I hope you recognize I'm fed up with the way this governmental institutions always end up being the only thing that take us apart than keep us together. Y'all need reality checks, I need my royalty checks. I spit it raw without no consequence. Go jump on the fence, trying to get myself to a level where I hop of the bands and find myself sipping some rock with 20K in my pants. Getting this juice is the only reason my rap is consistent. No competition, check the vision, number one the position. Fuck your predictions, more blessings than a church full of Christians. And yeah, the mission's still the same. You got any questions, I'm still the man in the building. You niggas stuck on the ground, stuck in my tani na magoto. Mi nataka mo brown, bonge la rapa Mombasani toka boda to town. Walikazana kuwa king, wakapoteza crown. Rudi shuleni buda, mi niliwasoma nikapita. Flow chafu, sit down, skiza baba kitapika. A lot of these niggas for the copy, kama picha. I'm the real deal, skiza navyowapa kwa wakika. My delivery coming at you like my water just broke. You feel the pressure, man, my spit is holy shit, I'm the pope. This ain't no drug dealer, feel about my everything dope. Check out the status, motherfucker, if you hating, you choke. They couldn't kill me on the beat, they know I never disappoint. And right after the session, I sit back and roll a joint. They out here acting ignorant, but I just prove a point. So if you feeling like you equal, nigga, let me hear your voice, motherfucker. Hear your voice, motherfucker. I don't hear nobody though. It's the king, the god, the South God. Yeah. Public announcement.
This is Rogue Radio.
I don't think you apply yourself.
Yo. Wakadinali. Yo. Hizo pills nazo zimekuwa bita to swallow. Patient wa liver alikuwa customer wa alco. Richard Bester Richard sana prefer Alvaro. Squad ndani ya pijo tuko fly kama pilot. Ring the alarm, wasposikia raise the flag. Walchapa busy arama la foka praise Allah. We ni best rapper, jukia una best rappers. Kani kuangusha sana nita drop shule. Class 1, class 2 ashakuwa crooked. Ajui farm, ajui crew na hata ajui mtume. It's too late on your roommate before kanuke. Keep your 2 cents, easy ends at time tupe. Woko clueless, so ni poa tukuite stupid. New page sindo, new leaf ustukunje. Ni wrong rende, tupewe, tusuruge. Show skuje, ni kasi ID waliona fute. Ilibidi tumie Glock bro. Bullets za rifle zilisha kwa rival. No more being broke, lord. Naishin kigambo, lislando labda 5-0. Watani drop off ini get kwa chuo. 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 Minko hapa ka broka, ndo ni save to your brokers. Ngithe besides jonga ganji mnachezwa na Rothschild. Maride uko low class, no the reason hata coach Kai. New scene, lingo anakosa ina kopsai. Maglock bereta, KK na seska. JK kwa keja, kani mzito kubeba. Hii ni Smith and Wesson, ndo mefurisha West Brat. Tuko station wa yaki wet na ngoja mboka Westland. Lima auto, so hapo hakuna kuchoma idha. Saya 211, ndo trigger finger ukuwa nam. Sister nyanganyo, aneza fanya ukazozo ida. Ama bank utole kwa dinga ulazwe flat. Hizi vitu hazina mwisho ka una mission. Neza pata makao koste jiko. Hizi vitu hazina mwisho ka una mission. Neza pata makao koste jiko. Ilibidi tumie Glock bro. Bullets za rifle zilisha kwa rival. No more being broke, lord. Naishin kigambo, lislando labda 5-0. Watani drop off ini get kwa chuo. 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 Uskoka utamiss shot jumi siezi. Labda ntik blue na ni miss call ya rezi. Minko stua wana clue wana hill rabies. Atio mafools juu walikuwa na road kebi. Watu wako reckless ni aje ya wa move kireke. Tunakuwa lynch na necklace na makas no bracelets. On my redneck wambie tuko sap ma AK. Machine gun kijitki na pia ta bang bang. Ilibidi tumie Glock bro. Bullets za rifle zilisha kwa rival. No more being broke, lord. Naishin kigambo, lislando labda 5-0. Watani drop off ini get kwa chuo. 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 Ilibidi tumie Glock bro. Bullets za rifle zilisha kwa rival. No more being broke, lord. Naishin kigambo, lislando labda 5-0. Watani drop off ini get kwa chuo. Watani drop off ini get kwa chuo. Watani drop off ini get kwa chuo. Watani drop off ini get kwa chuo.
Hustler da Ibra, wasta kama Stiba, niko tight kama Bikra. Ibra na tema fikra, kama elimu ya Ikra. The hustler mepinda most wanted kama Jira. Fly track dark nigga, cheki taswira kauli kona bari. Hii game nimeimari, jemedari kama Mula Umari. Natema mistari kasi kama risasi, muasi na asi. Niko underground kama Maximu adui. Rasi unijui, naweza kuwa rafiki pia naweza kuwa adui. Mini full murui, natoka nilipotoka mbali. Katae mkubali, mie MC mkali. Wanatambua kila mahali, naribu sijali. Naribia hata serikali, kwani kitu gani? Naishi kwenye ulimwengu wa generali. Naongozwa na reality, sio madidi. Hali inanifanya kuwa gaidi, na bado na faidi. Niko full kafidi, kosi, kikosi, kwenye raba bosses. Misosi, wagosi, wanazingua kaya. Na wote ndani ya sanaa wanaojuza kama mother. Ibada hustler, full.
Tunawapiga bao, tumejihami na mabasha kibao. Kikosi cha mizingo kwa mao mao, tunawaribia kwenye maviwanja zao. Yeah. tunawapiga bao, tumejihami na mapunchline kibao, kikosi cha mizinga kwa mao, tunawaribia kwenye maviwanja zao.
I drop flow like cannabis, is this? Can I bust just like a boss moves trust? Bust your jaw, it's your loss, who be the boss? Tossing, the lyrical flaws causing us to be flossing. Abortion, approach with caution, pausing, distortion, fast like the ocean, I sip a potion. My first notion is game erosion, first verse explosion, fakes are posing, hoes are exposing. We all lost the chosen one, the prodigal son. Where it all begun, how it goes and how it comes. Money ain't funny, streets is hard, cold and dark. That's why I spark from the hard part. Don't give a fuck about the chart. From the start in the neighborhood, dogs bark, bite. Victims in car parks in broad daylight, put up a fight. Try to pull out a knife, lose your life, think twice, alright? Your soul is the price, like a game of dice, cold as ice. Red, black or white, red eyes with blurred sight. I still write, whether I'm wrong or right. Take flights to reach higher heights. We get high to get by, struggle to make it. So we hustle and take it, barely making ends meet, ain't it? Unfortunate, forcing it to be what we want it to be. Your ultimate destiny for infinity. Life's a test to me. I gotta pass, make it back. HIV in a fat, it's a car accident. My in a fat cast. I had beef. Last thing I heard was the blast of the eagle. Not a bird, not a word on the streets. The end of the world. Kinga.
Yeah, niko na home nyingi kushinda maboys o Mike Rabine. Fact chakwa mkimbizi na John ndio naitwanga. So sinafai nipatie hivi makozi na Mike Saba kwa kuleta hali ya taharuki. Toka anduki kampangaji mwisho mwezi landlord akidai kwanja. Hata kabla nibishe mlango kwa babai kanga. Wakaushe aka Sub-Zero wamefreeze joto wanadai flana. Temperatures zimepita za huko Mombasa na mbali sana. Zinedine Zidane starting lineup ya Real Madrid, na hiyo inamaanisha huku utoboi kudai namba plus striker wao shachoka kohoya na dai sub. Ha, ni mambo na kumark territory. Kwa hivyo madogi za mitaa zingine hazikojoi mitani hapa kuifanya iwe ngumu kwa ujamaa yoyo kubai manga kunimwagia unga ile kuona unga ya jogoo kimwagi kanga. Saa zingine hata blue ya madondo sijaipata, wanchwani ya taros kwa ile noma ni shy hata situation ukuta nyuma ya mgongo kashai vana. In the process I can't take it no more na dai kamba tishia kujihangi hivi ama kuthreaten kujirusha kutoka kwa building kama KCC. Akili zipato kiko flow ni die faster. Juma heta wakisikia hivyo watafurahi sana. Smile kushinda ule jamaa na kwanga kwa promo ya chai jaba. Budel flani anytime kwa socks utawaiganja. Alafu tukishaji bonga fresh ndio do wataitana. Kuisha tunawapiga bao, tumejihami na mapunchline kibao, kikosi cha mizinga kwa mao, tunawaribia kwenye maviwanja zao. Tunawapiga bao, tumejihami na mapunchline kibao, kikosi cha mizinga kwa mao, tunawaribia kwenye maviwanja zao. Ama baka
lip.
And we're back. We're joined by a man like Soli Kiluta. Tumekuwa tu makuro isho. We're just changing. What the fuck? Welcome, Soli.
Thanks, man. Oh, what we wanna staying power.
This is like
it's a question of stamina.
This is like a soccer match.
It's a question of stamina.
Yeah, it's a question of staying power.
Now, before you even say anything, kuna kitu hapa na soma inaitwa Rogue Radio and Zipang Lounge presents Rogue Thursdays. Every Thursday from 2 p.m. Guys, you are encouraged to Skype work. There's massive big things are going. Obviously, music by DJ C. Freddy. If you do not know C. Freddy, take a rope utishie kujihang hivi.
Not a joke.
But we'll give you one more chance. He's here tomorrow. Sangapi Freddy anaingia hapa. Me I don't come to work early.
Bourbon.
Or KU. Yes.
Gold Reserve.
dem anapenda shots of Don Julio going for 300 peke yake.
300, that one.
Watoma BRA buy 6 at the price of 5. Hizi ni ze apple cider, Tascamals,
Bogoffs.
Light, White Cup. Afu pia kuna buy 4 at the price of 3 for the Hop House brand.
It's all happening hapo kwenye Rogue Thursdays at Zipang Lounge. Hiyo mall inaitwaje?
Inaitwa Next Gen Mall
on
Mombasa Road.
Hapo tu kwa ground floor. You don't need stairs.
Manze, doors open from 2 p.m. so make sure you come through. Watu wa happy job manze.
Happy ni job man. It's not helping you.
Come
it's not helping you. Next Thursday and every Thursday after that.
Avoid those people. Avoid those people.
From 2 p.m. Yes.
Jenga inchi kwanza.
Inchi isharibika. Kweli ni job yangu, ni inchi yangu. Me, I was even told I don't contribute to this country.
Somebody
we are the people who have no economic. It's called economic what?
You guys, since you're that vibe of picking up the pieces, where is
Mr. Producer supposed to give us a topic?
There was that topic we had just touched on before we left.
We left the topic hanging.
Yeah, you
Mr.
know.
Producer, bring them, we school you.
We left it hanging like, you know, the...
Wewe kama mwanaume ukipata dem akona mtoi, ni shughuli yako kushughulikia huo mtoi ama umchuje?
Mi nitasema tu si lazima. What the Chile does with that information sasa is up to her. You can take it or not take it.
So liwo unaonaje ukipatiana ultimatum especially kwa dem, mwambie mimi
sitaki umjuni hapa.
Mimi sidai tu umjuni wako lakini nakudai wewe. Ina make sense.
Hiyo tu ni mtu anakuambia hakutaki.
Roho sawa, si ndio?
Hiyo there's nothing she can do about it.
Yeah.
Si kama ati mtu yuko bad behavior, maybe like they pick their nose, unampea ultimatum, namwambia there's nothing she can do about it. Yeah.
So wewe kuanza kumwambia a change your situation basically
ni njaro ya kujitoa.
You're a weak man.
You exact.
Ni njaro ya kujitoa hiyo story.
Just tell her you're not interested.
Yeah? Are you serious? Wait, hold up.
Making someone choose between you and her kid is pushing it far. It's asking too much.
You're going over the edge.
How far is it when at times the inverse is asked of men and they end up dumping the kid with the baby mama?
Then dump the kid, but
I don't think we as men should be comparing ourselves with women, man. Honestly,
you refuse to compare with the animal kingdom.
No, we are not animals. Animals kill them, man. We can't do that.
But mental fortitude. I mean, you want to start saying, chicks give us ultimatums. I want a 6-foot guy. I want a dark nigga. I want a dark nigga with a long dick but with a small glance, as in wait, checky.
And a lot of money.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, the preferences lie with the person who's being chosen. So if the person being chosen by the woman doesn't want a child and she still wants the guy,
the person being chosen by the woman,
if the guy puts a dictate that I do not want a kid with you, right? I want you, but not the kid. There are some women who leave the kid with the parents, because that happens. Then there are others who you will go and meet them and you'll think the chick is single. Then as things progress on, you come to find out she has a child.
Yes, I've heard of those. They hide it. Alafu they ambush you with 3-4 children on the wedding day.
It happens, dude.
There's a guy I saw like that last week. It was some meme. I don't know if it was what, but the guy met her kids on the wedding day.
Like, I don't think
like
it's saying
she didn't say she had kids all along until
wedding day, ndio msee anaona who are these kids.
Unaona situation kaa hiyo enyewe Jav hapo huwezi laumu mwanaume.
Yeah, that
in that situation utamlaumu aje?
He didn't do his due diligence.
Okay, he didn't.
You go investigating now.
He didn't investigate.
No, you just. It's about honesty, man. If you can't be honest with me,
how many people are honest when they're dating you guys?
Ukienda kununua shamba, you do your due diligence.
How long? How big
Raila
is it?
akiangusha nyumba yako, don't blame anyone.
Yeah, and don't go picking women from the streets. Some belong to the streets. Let them stay there.
But why would you lie to someone? It's the same. It's probably the same mental state as the one who is forced to kill her kid. How
Yeah.
much?
No,
How
she
much
was-
do? You,
no one forced her to kill
Yes.
her kid.
I would. I don't.
The prerogative
She's
is on
mentally
her.
unstable.
I don't think the man said go kill that child. I don't want that.
She's
He
mentally
probably
unstable.
just said me. I
She had
don't want
so
this
many
kid.
options. She could have given up the child for adoption. She could have taken the child back to her.
To Shags?
To the father. Or she could
Ah,
have
the father, but I don't think the father is an option.
No,
Yeah.
but that's
could have
still
taken the
there.
child to the father. She could have given up the child for adoption. Could have taken to the parents if the parents will take the
Take care of the child for
There are
the
so
time
many other
until she
options.
softens
Yeah,
up the guy's
how
heart.
she landed on murder is a mystery.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, because she's
Murder,
not
she wrote.
okay
That-
upstairs.
that's the
And-
person.
And that's
Gentlemen.
that's a red
But
flag.
the conversation
Oh,
is
them are
that,
cheesy.
I mean, you as a man, do you get to like give ultimatums when you're pursuing someone to be with?
It's
like,
not an
long-term?
ultimatum. It is
Ultimatums
your.
are for terrorists, eh?
That's an ultimatum.
No, men don't give ultimatums. We have standards.
Yes, those are your
Those are
standards.
So that's a standard
Yeah,
that you just
you
set.
don't
for
want
Yes.
an ini. And any sane man should know getting a woman with children is just a bad deal. Yeah? There are so many single women. Why would you want to? Being a stepfather is a thankless job. Yeah? So why would you want to get yourself? Even my own son, I would not tell my son, go, you've raised your son, and then you tell him, go and get a single mother. I would never do such a thing. You know, it's good to tell these young men the truth.
But you see, the fact of the matter, Soli, is whether we like it or not, the number of women who are single mothers right now.
They are
is-
becoming many.
They're becoming so many. So
So
whether we
many.
like it or
Itafika
not, your
time-
child,
itafika time-
mtoi
itafika time
wako-
hakutakuwa na demana mtoi. Which is a like
that is a problem
my
in the same situation that we are in right now and we're discussing, because your child will want to date someone, but that someone has a child.
Yes,
my
but you see,
duty to my children is to tell them the truth. I will tell them the truth. I'll tell them it's a bad deal. What they choose to do with that information is up to them. But they can't say they were not told.
Yeah.
And by the way, don't even limit yourself to Kenya. If all the Kenyan women decided to have, go look for.
So Soli,
women
are you in short saying, or in not so many words saying that if you're a single mom, then you shouldn't even think
be
about
in the dating game.
You shouldn't be in the dating game.
No. There's someone for everyone. There's someone
So
for everyone.
a single mom is most likely to be dated by who?
By a guy who doesn't
By a
mind.
married man?
By a guy who doesn't mind
Yes,
kids.
yes. There's
Being
the
dated
married
or
man.
getting into a marriage is not.
Maybe asking a
It's
relationship.
They're not the same thing.
mandatory.
It's not mandatory. Yes.
Yeah.
But we speak about the institution of. You're a married guy yourself. I don't even know why we're talking about
Yes.
this. You're married.
Yes.
Sindio?
Uh-huh.
Mtoi wako mtoi wako dem aget mtoi na boys mwingine. O boys ni ako MIA. Then someone else comes and decides, okay, so I feel like I like you, and by virtue of that nataka kukaa nawe, lakini sidai huyu mtoi wako. Unaelewa? So mtoi wako dem anafaa kulete huo mtoi mtaani, wewe uende uanze tena hiyo process ya kwanza kushughulikia mtoi, ama huyo mwanaume aon up kama anapenda huyo dem akae na huyo dem.
Wait,
First off, I pray I never find myself in such a situation. I trust that I would have raised my children better
Right.
than that. But those are hypotheticals. Eh? But whether my child has a baby out of wedlock or not does not change the fact. You see, you're entitled to your own opinion, but not your own set of facts. The facts are that when you have a child out of wedlock, it becomes very difficult to find someone who will take you seriously. Those are just the facts on the ground. If all the Kenyan women, single women, decided to have children out of wedlock, it does not change the fact that it will be difficult for them. And if there are no suitable women in Kenya, men can look for women elsewhere. Yeah, men are not stupid.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yes.
we can't begin to start reasoning like that, because now it means that if at all a majority of Kenyan women are single
Okay,
women,
wait.
then we'll start
Wait,
to have going
wait.
to Marvin's place to start looking for chicks.
Yeah, I'll do that.
As in, it doesn't. For me, I'm saying we build a society in
Tolerance.
Yeah, exactly. We should build a society in which
That's
Look,
a
I
hard.
don't have to look
So
down
let's-
upon
I'm
you just
supposed
by
to
just by the
accept-
fact that you have a child out of wedlock.
I'm
No,
supposed to accept a bad deal when I know it's a bad deal.
let us
Because you don't want people to
look
go
at
to
how our
UG.
society-
What-
hold up. Look at how our society is, right? The woman who doesn't have when you're growing up, you're told find a good man. If you're a girl, you're told find a good man. If you're a boy, you're told find a good wife. You know, you're never included in that find a good wife with a child or find a good husband, a good man with a child. You're looking at a single unit. That's what you're supposed to find, because when the two of you come, you fuse and you form another. Your lineage. That's what I'm saying. So if the guy wants to take up the role of being a father to another man's child, that is on him. That's his prerogative.
The ability of any species in this here world, this here earth, is to survive, is determined by its ability to adapt. So
show me
in
which
my
other
saying,
creature apart from man will take another child, another creature, another of its kind's child into the fold.
that is why you are man, a superior being, and not an animal.
Yes, but
living in the wild.
Differentiate people who commit genocide from animals that kill in parks. Don't you see
that is a human being of a lesser school of thought. Doesn't mean that we as human beings are innately as wanyama.
What I'm trying to show here is the human being, as diverse as you're saying we are, there are certain things that different people, depending on how they're raised, respond to it. If you are raised in a family whereby you had very many people who grew up without different members of the family, like a girl grew up without the father or the mother and the like, there's the opportunity, you're exposed to this earlier on. So your acceptance of being the father, the stepfather to another child is more inclined. But if you grow up in a place where you're taught you have to date a single woman, you have to date a single man, you accepting that role, it now falls on you whether you want to do it or you don't. But you can't call someone weak for not wanting to do it.
I'm not saying you're weak. I'm just saying the present circumstances, the way our society is shaping itself in the modern day. I mean, there's nothing that you can do about kids fucking right now, because they're obviously going to get pregnant because they're fucking without condoms. So the next generation is going to have so many kids or so many single mothers, as we have put it. So who is going to be for this single mothers? Unaelewa? And if we men to decide kwa sababu we ni single mother, mi sitaki kukaa na wewe, what school of men are we also bringing up? Because hao watoi wengine wao ni maboy. Haimaanishi ati kwa sababu huo dem akona mtoi na we ni man na maybe uko na chums kiasi. If you genuinely like that chick, I don't see why you shouldn't put yourself in the spot to take care of that offspring. Haimaanishi because you're taking care of a child that is not yours, you're a weaker man or a lesser man than any other person who has their own offspring. Unaelewa? Haimaanishi ati hauwezi get mtoi.
Me, from where I see it, it's still a choice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's your choice.
If you feel like you can do it, you do it. If you don't want, then look for a chile with no kids.
Yeah, but don't. My point is, don't put it as an ultimatum that with your child, me and you we ain't having.
But no, but Soli started. What was the first word Soli said? You said Nene. He's
a weak man.
Not weak. He said, this guy is. It's already, the choice has already been made. When you tell this Chile to get rid of the kid, you've already.
Yeah,
the
you're
choice
already
has been.
telling them.
She's already made her choice there.
No. He's already made a choice.
You can't ask a Chile to get rid of a kid.
No.
There's no contest in my mind between a kid and a boyfriend.
Yeah, so
you can't get rid of your kid because a dude told you.
So you as the woman, dude, as the woman, you can say no to the guy. If a guy doesn't want to accept you,
you must.
Say no to the guy, but what I'm saying, as in, I understand what you're saying. Kenye mimi nasema ni wewe kama mwanaume pia ni sema kenye unataka from the get go. Unaelewa?
Yeah, see, that's
usianze kuambia udem haumtaki in flowery words. Kama haumtaki. Usiseme ati nakudai lakini nini.
Let me put a really horrible example in front of you. There are kids who are put out because they're disabled, right? The guy comes and he sees the woman. He likes the woman. The woman shows him the kid. Then the guy says, if I'm going to get married to you, something has to be done about that child. What does the woman do? The woman has the option, as was mentioned before, send it to your parents and then pay for its upkeep. You can send it to a children's home.
Undercover.
Or you can do
You
the
send
other
up-
thing which was done at the beginning where the woman offed the child. But these are things, these happen. These things happen.
And these are real life. They happen. That's why we're talking
Yeah.
about it. Someone did it.
You know, me, I like to give people actionable information, something they can do something about. It's just a bad deal. Yeah? It's just a bad deal. Look, if somebody messed up, yeah, should also bear some part of the blame. Don't expect us to come and clean up after another man. Yeah?
It's not always messed up,
that's
dude.
fact.
It's not always messed up.
Okay,
Fine, if you wanted to have the child, then that's okay. You can have the child and raise the child. Yeah, but don't come and put it on me like now I have to step up.
Yeah, don't
and-
expect
and
the
it's
guy
just a
who
bad deal.
dates
Even
you.
The way we've evolved, the way we've been wired, men are not wired to raise another person's offspring.
Animals generally.
Like that's
Lions
what I've
take
been
it
saying.
further. Lions take it further and
That
just off
means
it.
Fewer resources for my own offspring. Everyone wants to raise their own offspring, and I've seen people who've been stepfathers. Unalea mtoto si wako. When she's getting married, she looks for the biological.
Huko ndio, then they take the dowry there.
Yeah, and then things you need. It's a thankless job. You can't even discipline this child.
Yeah, 'cause you might
Always-
do something and get called
Yeah.
out.
You'll always come number 5, you know. First is the woman, then her toy, then her
Baby
career,
daddy.
then the baby daddy somewhere there. Then you're number 5. It's just a thankless job. Yeah, it's a bad deal for anyone. Stop lying to these young men at the step up, clean up. Don't be the cleanup guy. Avoid those people.
No, I'm not saying be the cleanup guy. I'm just saying be the stand-up guy.
Why
If
do
you
you need
like,
to be a
listen,
stand-up
it's
guy?
no,
Same thing.
listen, it's not the same thing. Because you can, if kama we mwenyewe umeamua unataka kukuwa na yanks mwenye ako na mtoi, we cheza kaa wewe, acha kuambiana ati apeleke mtoi sijui.
Auliwe, go and sacrifice your
Fuck
child.
that shit. Kama umeamua unataka yanks, chukua hiyo mzigo yenye umekubali.
Yanks
kuweka
anakam
kwa
na
mdomo
mzigo.
yako.
Ni sawa.
Ukiamua ni hiyo, umeamua ni hiyo. Usiseme ati sitaki nakutaka lakini.
Basi na si
Hiyo-
uje
hiyo-
watuambia to accept pia.
Excellent. Hot topic. The number is 0784924100. WhatsApp, voice messages, text. Alafu pale rogradio.live kwa IG. Rogue Radio all live Twitter, Rogue Radio KE, YouTube and Facebook. Let's know what you guys are thinking. Mimi nimeshindwa na hii subject.
Drop comments zako hapo kwa
Drop comments,
kwa
let us
YouTube.
know
If you get
what
this
you
stream
guys
later on.
are
Does the
thinking
guy
about
need
this.
to step up or
Should a guy step up or
You guy, well,
ship out?
It's up to the guy. Like it's your decision at the
No,
end of the day.
it's a very hard. You can't ask a chile to get rid of a kid.
But there are guys who do.
Yes, that's
And the chick does it.
that's why we are talking about it today.
You know, if you set the bar, and someone wants to meet it, and because they think you're someone of value who can add a lot of value to their life, and that's the decision they make on their part to be with you, I wouldn't blame the person who put the bar, who set the bar. I would blame the person who
actioned it.
Yes, who sacrificed to be on par with the guy. Because if I say I want to date a girl, I want to date a woman who has 2 children, I will go out into the dating scene looking for women who have 2 children. And those are the ones who fit my bill. But if I also go out into the dating scene and say I want to date single women, I will go and look for single women. I won't look for single mothers. It is single women who I look for. Now, if a single mother decides to join and come onto my fray, compromises will have to be made. Otherwise, I will have to compromise, or it's her who will compromise.
That is exactly what this nigga has done.
No,
He didn't
just put it this way: if you're a single mother and you want a man to take you serious, you have to prove, you have to show him why should he choose you over a single woman with
Exactly.
no kids,
Fresh goods.
fresh, young. That's your competition.
You have to be worth it.
Yes, so you have to bring in more value than this chick.
And what value is this?
Now, the reason why I'm very nini about this topic is I'm not saying that a woman with a kid can't get married. They do, but that's the exception. Yeah.
And getting a guy who can
it's an
accept this
exception.
choice.
It's not the norm.
Yeah.
The norm is that men prefer women who don't have children. Yeah. And it's going to be very difficult for you as a woman. You have to put in a lot of work to prove to a man that you are worth it.
Well said. Very well said. On that note, we head into the 21 questions.
I'll ask 21
We're
questions.
just about, I think, 1 or 2 questions. The first one: if you are still in university or college, would you sacrifice a social life for grades, or sacrifice grades for a social life?
Knowing what I know now, go for the bash. You'll still pass.
There's more in
and life
informal-
will continue.
There's more in informal learning than formal learning.
Kusoma. Even primary, really generally, formal education, party, man. That's my advice to young people. Party, because it works out in the end.
That's a hard question.
No, these guys who used to, sadly, there's a guy who used to know, chop, man. I think he got an A something. What's above A? There's an A plus.
The
I think he got one
is
of
it
those
the
ones.
credits and the
You
distinctions.
didn't study here.
Distinctions,
Those
yeah.
are former
those
system.
are- no,
we left those ones in 1980.
No, but you get distinctions for like 98.
No, you're
and
marking.
above.
Your grade is different from ours. As we get letters.
Yeah, so you get
We are
an
not
A
grading
distinction,
from
dude.
Kampala.
As in,
We're not ready
the
from
distinction is
Kampala.
like you got
There's-
98,
I've
99,
distinction
and above.
is only Campo Uko. That's a mean like show in form. There was a dude who got an A. This guy was a chop impossible, man. He went to do architecture. Akachizi huko campus, squeeze amechizi. If you just relax, you'll be sane like me. If you just come, this guy used to get 98 in chemistry. I'm wondering what the fuck am I doing in school?
I loved chem.
Chem was a waste of
That
time.
one I'm not going to hate over there.
Me, I'll go back to school and drink like shit. And fuck your way. That's
Some
what
American pie
that's what's
shit.
supposed to do in campus. Fuck and drink. And occasionally sit for exams.
Occasionally.
Mandatorily, actually. Occasionally read. But
Mandatorily attend.
Mandatorily attend those exams. See, now it's just
I
responsibility.
can't append my signature to that.
If you didn't read, PI is your shit.
That's your fucking fault.
There's some things you know that you know, and there's some things even though they teach you, you don't know.
I think in this day and age, the more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that the real value in a college education is the networks.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Because you can even read online and still get your degree. The knowledge is there, the technical, but the networks, you'll find them in college. It's easier to build networks in college than outside. Yeah.
That's facts, man.
Yeah, I'll go with Soli on that one. So, back to my point, drink and fuck. And those people you're drinking and fucking with, those are your networks.
If you're a young person in college, I would say, just join every club, play every sport you can, volunteer for anything you can, run for office, yeah? Go out there, meet people.
Direct your energies.
Yeah? And also put in some work and study, eh?
Yeah, direct your energies.
All right, next question. Would you rather be able to survive falls from any height or be bulletproof?
Falls from any height.
I'd rather be
All
bulletproof.
my days. Falls from any height.
Why falls from any height?
Okay, I was immediately thinking about like working in Iraq and stuff, you know, like during those days
Nigga, they don't even have any tall buildings.
What do you
in
mean?
Iraq.
Do you know how beautiful Iraq used to be?
We're talking
before
about
the
now.
shelling
We're
and
talking
stuff?
about
Used.
now.
I'm just
bro.
come on now. It's good we know. Our
You know how
history.
beautiful Africa used to be before these white people came
Bruv,
here.
even Somalia. Let's
Even
not get that
Somalia,
started over
the
there,
beaches,
right?
the beaches have become
And
clean
the white
again.
sand hotels, man, dude. Rather, used to kill people by pushing officials whom he didn't like. He pushed them off tall buildings and skyscrapers.
Who?
Saddam. So trust you me, I would prefer to be rebound worthy at such point. Bulletproof? No.
Yeah.
I don't participate in anything that brings me across with bullets.
I'd rather be a walking piece of Kevlar.
No, sure, that is the life, bro.
I would
Superman
rather.
style.
Luke Cage, eh?
Yeah,
Luke
well,
Cage
that's-
style. That is the life. That is the life.
The saddest thing is Kevlar can be penetrated by a knife.
A knife, you have to come close.
Yeah, but you see, so it
I
isn't really.
knock you the fuck out.
They
man.
say it's bulletproof. That's as far as it goes.
Unanikujia na pala kisu
Ukape tu. And I'm rebounding bullets.
Boss,
You
you are dead.
joker.
Have you seen what?
Talking of Iraq, the Taliban are back. They have like 50% of the country.
In my line of
Afghanistan.
work, I'm more likely to be killed by a bullet.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I'd rather be bulletproof.
Bulletproof. When you go back to no, they send you only to Afghanistan, which has been overrun. Yani America has wasted everyone's
Did they
time.
withdrew like 350,000
They are
troops from
withdrawing
there
everybody
recently?
from.
No, but I think they sent back more. They sent back more.
By
Yes,
next
yes.
week, by 13th, they're removing everybody. They've left skeleton and they've
Supplementary
been
forces.
overrun by those damn.
What they tried to do was basically leave the Iraqi National Army all the facility that they were using, and they also tried to train some of them, and also some of
It
the
failed.
militia, the local militia. But the issue
No,
is
that's Afghanistan. You said Iraqi.
Yeah, okay.
Afghanistan.
Iraq, Afghanistan.
Iraq, I
It's
don't
just-
even know what's going on there.
It's in the same territory.
But Afghanistan is the Taliban are back. is what I'm
Peshawar
saying.
and all of them.
They've
That's
wasted.
Afghanistan.
They've
You see,
wasted
the issue
20
with the
years
Taliban-
of everyone's time.
The issue with
Dude,
the
like-
Taliban is that they were hiding in the mountains, and that's where most of their bases were.
But they
And
were-
all this time.
They were
United
just
States
waiting.
have been doing the shellings and all these things. They've been killing a lot of people, collateral damage, but they've not been finding the exact targets. The thing is, they were stupid to think that signing a collaboration with the Taliban would help in, reducing the violence that was in the region by virtue of, helping
At
them
least-
spread their
At least suddenly now
No,
Taliban are peaceful. They are signing pacts.
Because they decided to form a political wing. And the political wing got seats wherever they were being voted in.
But you
and
see,
then that, because they're the majority, they end up forming government.
how does
And
he-
since
how
the
does
US
arming how
hold
does
up, hold up.
arming
Since the US doesn't negotiate with militias and the like, you can see here the Taliban has formed government, and the US will only deal with governments.
Taliban are the government now.
They already
Is that what
negated
is
on that
asserting?
policy when they signed the deal with the Taliban, because they
Yeah.
already say, and it's
Yes,
they say it
because
like
they
a slogan,
signed
we
a
don't
deal-
negotiate with terrorists.
They signed a deal with the political wing of the Taliban.
Wait,
It's already a
same
terrorist
monster,
organization.
Same monster, different clothing. What the fuck, man?
It has different ramifications when you think about it. Because
There's
one,
no different ramifications.
A terrorist
The-
organization
the
is a terrorist organization.
runs on ideals, a certain set of agendas. The political wing is set to carry those agendas forward.
Which shows you they are back. Which is why exactly they are back.
yes,
They've-
So they're now back, even more formidable, considering they're using U.S. machinery.
And they are even now have government.
So plainly, I
They-
don't see.
look,
They
look,
wasted
look,
everyone's time.
I'm sure you've heard of RPF, Rwanda
Patriotic
People's-
Front.
Yes.
Mm.
This was a militia before it actually formed part of the government.
It was a
Now-
coup, really.
Okay, but it has become recognized as part of the government, and this is primarily because they got legitimacy. When the people they got legitimacy, so that is what the U.S. is dealing with. They're dealing with the legitimate side of the Taliban.
There's
It
no
might-
legitimate side of the Taliban.
There's no legitimate
The
side of a
Taliban
terrorist
is the Taliban.
organization.
Otherwise, we would be having Taliban A and B.
you
The
see
Taliban is the Taliban.
The sad thing is they are fanatics in all these parties, right? They are fanatics in all these parties.
So are you trying to say
And
the top
I'm
leadership
saying
who are in political positions do not represent the ideals of the Taliban?
that the people who are in top leadership do not.
The
They're
people
No,
who-
some of them.
It's
some
actually
of them
it's actually a hard nut.
have
'cause
the no look.
I don't
'cause
even think the US has removed Taliban from terrorist list.
they only what they
They're-
did was they only reclaimed territory, and the stupid thing that they did, they reclaimed territory, mali walifika, mali walireclaimia wakawachia hapo.
Nani Taliban?
Hapana, stato.
Stato.
So they pushed the Taliban to the edge, na mali
Periphery.
walifikia wakawaacha hapo.
So easy, those guys
Then
have
now
50.
they're back, right?
50% of the country is gone.
Trust me, it might seem very weird, but very many political movements start as being described as militias and outcasts, right? The Taliban actually help people in parts of Afghanistan.
Oh, they do not.
They do.
They do not.
They do. They.
It's ISIS.
Please do
people,
not miss
They
it.
as
do
much
not. They do
our
not
very
help.
precious
First-
They
listeners.
just
wait,
kill people.
First, wait. We all hear about them killing people, right? We all hear about all these misdemeanors they do. But there are times when food aid, World Food Aid, Red Cross can't reach people. The Taliban sends people to help build roofs.
Ah.
Help put up.
I'm yet to find that story. I'll go
Marvin,
look for
those
it.
what you're calling, what you're mentioning are fact-finding excursions by the Taliban.
Those-
Because how else would you know how your enemy operates rather than being in their own camp, trying to say you're doing something positive? I mean, just
You
think
see,
about this is
the-
war. These two people, there's no way the
Uh-huh,
United
that's
of
true.
States of America is going to share the same set of ideals with the Taliban. That is never going to happen.
It might share the same ideals with some of the generals in the Taliban who own certain provinces. Because if these guys want to get food aid into that province, they have to talk with these generals.
I think we'll make that a topic on the 420 in the coming episode. Although tomorrow is Friday. so
Tomorrow
it's-
is beat down
it's a
Friday,
party.
man.
I doubt we'll have a serious conversation.
Beat
on Sunday.
down, man. Wow.
Anyway, before we leave, y'all guys, we will also soon be having a joint at the Hurlingham. Kutakuwa na ni joint gani hiyo? Sijui wacha tu the Gucci Lounge.
Gucci Lounge.
So
Gucci,
every Friday
Gucci,
after the
Gucci.
party here from the studio, is it after or before the party? After the party. So after the party, we'll be heading back down to Hurlingham, have a couple of drinks. We'll be telling you what kind of
So-
offers we'll be getting or giving you guys from that end. Otherwise,
So Thursday, Friday is just party after party.
party after
Usitafute moja ya Wednesday. We shall have a drink here, man.
I'll be drunk on Wednesday.
That was the
Thursday,
420,
Friday.
guys. See you tomorrow.
Alright, cool, man.
Kichafuka huko westi jua mini kongara, jangwa kichafuka lazima utini juu ya mshahara, mzupa ukilalisha pia utapelekwa na mtara, tabidi jo ukaengara, jango tukongara, tukongara, sote tukongara, ngara, tukongara, rada ikichafuka huko westi jua mini kongara, jangwa kichafuka lazima utini juu ya mshahara, mtupa ukilalisha pia utapelekwa na mtara, tabidi jo ukaengara, jango tukongara.
Saisi kokoja niko ngara, nimekaa na makanika koma design ya bed juu vile mina washika niligeuza hostel Rico kondi komi wapika obsolete try kututest tulipita exam hata bila lika boy alipita wrong side huku ST tukam dem yake napenda beef cheki vile umeza motor tuko versatile tuna trap kibenga na tuna kauja na huo hivyo ndo ulipelekwa na mtr rada ikichafuka uko westi jua mini kongara jangwa kichafuka lazima utini juu ya mshahara mzupa ukilalisha pia utapelekwa na mtara tabidi jo ukaengara jango tukongara sote tukongara ngara tukongara rada ikichafuka uko westi jua mini kongara jangwa kichafuka lazima utini juu ya mshahara mtupa ukilalisha pia utapelekwa na mtara tabidi jo ukaengara jangwa tukongara Saizi kokoja nikongara nimekaa na makanika Tukoma design ya bed juu vile mina washika niligeuza hostel Rico kondi komi wapika obsolete try kututest tulipita exam hata bila lika
Wako skujikasi sheria kesho nkowera leo sheria Sande kanisa ndo sheria wagenge
wanataka sheria wagenge wanataka sheria wagenge wanataka sheria
Squeezy for my doshi my drinks Adisia food tugawe meda ya bill Danya wanauza nimejipinka 15 Unajua ni siku gani ile siku ya masinde Na kwa hii bashi ndo walevi wa real Usikop nganazika plauteka za strip Kuna ndanya ameiva wengine joni mateki Ni matuaka wengine ni mavedi Kaanga rada hizi section usimedi Kiasi unaweza zitonga za baby Anadai kunkumba Kwa nini? Anadai kukumba Wako skujikasi sheria kesho nkowera leo sheria Sande kanisa ndo sheria wagenge
wanataka sheria wagenge wanataka sheria wagenge wanataka sheria na feel niko thirsty na kitu inaniboni nimeboss ain't thirsty na kebini nalia firirinda na maheni na yule wita mkale mwenye ukuwa na majegi big gas big titties utadhani mali safi lakini last night aliniacha na madeni za madem hata sijawahi joy taji so naingia kwenye club na hasira zimepita za mkizi na kitu mimi naona ni my ex na Naomi kweli amekuwa rainbow nini lakini nipe drinks mimi nadai tu kukata
Wako skujikasi sheria kesho nkowera leo sheria Sande kanisa ndo sheria wagenge
wanataka sheria wagenge wanataka sheria wagenge wanataka sheria
On that reggae tip. This is DJ Okrima.
Never give up the fight, even though it's not an easy life. Boy, open up your eyes. Come on, you are an Israelite. Your time will come. Time will come. Push on. Your time will come. Time will come. It will come. Boy, so don't worry, my sister. Don't worry, dear brother, man. When the pressure chop you in the corner, still we have to carry on, carry on. Though the load may be heavy, journey may be long. Don't let them chop you in the corner, still we have to carry on. Oh, never give up the fight, even though it's not an easy life. Oh, your eyes. Come on, you are ready, so light. Your time will come. Time will come. Push through. Your time will come. Time will come.
Forward, black man. Never let them push you to the back, man. Focus, black man. The system is a distraction. Forward, black man. Never let them push you to the back, man. Focus, black man. A full time we take some action. Come on now. Tell the women, prepare the youth. We are the roots who bring the fruits. Forward in a you Gideon boot. Yes, no man, Babylon a get trampled. Give I 7 or 13 miles. Black Star Line before our eyes. Marcus